Welcome to the Inland Sports Show. Your leader in sports in the Inland Empire. Now, here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
Welcome to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. It's Friday. We're happy to be here, round out your week. Hope everyone's got a relaxing or, I don't know, something fun going on this week, right? It's been a long week. We got a ton of sports to get to. Jeff, one of these weeks where we've got all these games, we've got local teams in the playoffs. Dodgers are bouncing back. The Halos are skidding around a little bit, but...
Did you say bouncing back? How many games have the Dodgers won in a row?
One.
Okay, there we go. They're bouncing back.
Yeah, they bounced. They turned a corner.
Sorry, yesterday, Jeff.
Yeah.
So funny.
Hey, you know, I did see this on Twitter, and Twitter never lies. It was the play-by-play guy. I can't remember his name for the Dodgers. Joe Davis? Joe Davis? The guy for the Dodgers. He said that last night, the Dodgers did the same exact thing last year. They were sputtering. They salvaged the final game of a series against the last place team, and they went on to win like 60 of their next 80 games.
Well,
the same exact thing happened last year. Why not this year?
Well, today rained out, so there's going to be no game on the East Coast in Washington. But tomorrow, if they beat Max Scherzer, the old Australian sheepdog, then I might think that something is changing in Dodger Town.
They're red hot.
After a game.
They've turned a corner.
One game.
It's a different team.
And you said the Angels are sputtering.
A little bit.
They don't have a closer. They don't have a middle relief. And Mike Trout is on this biggest drought of his life.
Big drought.
Big drought.
No hits. Big drought.
But he'll be fine. He's got, like I say, he's still on pace for the greatest season in Major League Baseball history.
Despite a big drought.
Yes.
Well, the Dodgers, yes, they have been postponed today. They were scheduled to play the Washington Nationals in the nation's capital, but bad weather. It's wet. It's rainy. The wind is howling, so they're going to try to at least play a double dip tomorrow at the Washington Nationals. So no Dodgers game tonight. They're supposed to play, I think, like 4:10, so they're going to be live when we were on the air. But no Dodgers game tonight, postponed until tomorrow, so they'll try again for a doubleheader. Yes, we do have to get to the Halos as well. They're taking on the Rays. The series continues, and it did not get off to a good start last night. We'll talk Angels and a lot of local stuff going on the Diamond as well this afternoon here on the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. That's Jeff Gorham. That's Greg Holla. I'm Pep Fernandez. Brought to you by Spoiled. Quick quality oil change. Spoil yourself and your car. In fact, I was out there this morning, and I saw everyone getting a flower. And I said, no, you know what? Hold off on the flower. Save it for somebody else. I want to pay it forward. That's the kind of guy I am. Pay it forward. But I took 2 mints. I got 2 mints instead of the one. Wow. But I said, pay it forward with that carnation. Hold it on. Somebody else needs that. It's just a nice guy. I mean,
yeah.
He's a good guy. I mean,
what was it? Now the mint, is it the white ones with the red, the red inside? The peppermint.
How would I describe it? I can go get one out of the car. It's white, kind of chalky.
I love chocolate.
In a white little package, it says like "thank you."
Oh,
I don't know. I don't know how to describe it.
But I'm excited though.
But I paid it forward.
You should have brought me the carnation.
You know what? To be honest, didn't even cross my mind to bring you flowers.
If somebody gives me a flower, this is my order of people.
Okay.
My wife,
of course.
My mother, and Pep Fernandez.
That order. I'm top 3.
Yeah, if my wife's not available for a flower, my mom's not, I go straight for old Pep Fernandez.
But I'm a giver.
You're an Indian giver.
Hey, fresh, beautiful, sweet-smelling carnations, bright red. Would you like one? I said no. As much as Jeff Gorham would like to take this carnation, maybe cut off the stem and wear it on his shirt, I'm not going to do it because I want to pay it forward. The next person that comes in line here at Spoiled Quick Quality Oil Change off of Alessandro Boulevard, give it to them and say, Pep Fernandez gives this to you with a big hug and a kiss.
So that next person, it could have been
anybody.
It could have been Bob the plumber.
Could have been Bob.
The plumber was getting 2 flowers.
Yeah.
And one was...
Bob was going to double up.
And get a nice
double
gift
carnation.
Pep Fernandez.
This is from Pep Fernandez from the Inland Sports Show. And he says, this is a big hug from him.
Oh.
So
nice.
The Halos, back to the Halos. They lost to Tampa Bay last night by a score of 7-1. Everything went wrong except for Shohei Ohtani did have a home run number 6, but Simmons was hitting 6.
Oh,
Zach Cozart was hitting leadoff. He was 0 for 3, by the way. Justin Upton was hit by a pitch.
I texted you immediately after that.
You were all freaked out, and I wrote back, "Oh my gosh, is it broken?" No, what you said?
I said, I think I fell asleep.
You fell asleep.
Right after that, I fell asleep. Because they were getting beaten. He got hit in the wrist. I'm like, oh, Justin Turner. That's what I was thinking. In my head, JT, all over again. Broken wrist, but no, he's okay.
He's okay, so the x-rays were negative.
But they did bring up a guy from the minor leagues to replace him. So he's probably going to go on the DL, it sounds like, for quite a while.
I need to bring up Jared Walsh, the guy from the 66ers.
They
leads
do.
the Cal League in home runs.
That's right.
He's Shohei Ohtani of the Cal League, right?
They can pitch. They definitely need pitching right now. Their closer goes down. Upton goes down. They're getting the Dodger bug. The injury bug.
You think they're going to switch? Because remember, we talked off the air. Follow me for a second, Jeff.
Okay.
This week, you have not felt better in your entire life. Is that true? Is that true?
It is. That is so true. I have great legs. I have energy. I don't know how much energy I have today, though. Today's Friday, but my legs feel amazing.
You said you have not felt this well in years. Like, this is the best week of your life.
Is
that true? Did you say that?
Yes. By far the best week of my life.
And I told you, I said, that's great because I feel like I'm taking on all your ailments. Because I feel awful this week. Awful.
Yeah.
The worst. The worst, Jerry.
Well, karma does bite people, and it kind of bit you this
I'm a good guy. I was paying it forward with the carnation.
You paid it forward today. But everybody that comes in here says, man, you're kind of a jerk.
No.
They do. They all come in
I just paid it forward with a flower.
Yeah, but maybe you'll start feeling better. But for me, everybody's always coming in and saying, wow, you know what, Jeff? I remember you as a young man, and you were such a jerk. And now you're like a likable, kind human being.
You're a beacon of light.
I am a beacon of light. And guess what? I'm getting that paid forward. Somebody is paying me forward because this is the best my body's ever felt.
Well, See, so our roles were reversed. You felt better than you have in years. I felt like garbage all week long. I play it off on the air. I get on the air and I'm all excited. And this team won and that team won. And we got a player of the week and this and that. But behind the scenes, I'm like, Jeff, I feel awful. I can't do this. So here's my theory.
Okay, here's your theory.
The Dodgers' awfulness is transferring to the Halos. And the Halos' hot start is going to transfer to the Dodgers. They're going to do the old flipperoo like you and I did this week.
It's not either.
Yeah,
it's not going to happen.
That's what's going to happen.
You're crazy. You guys are nuts. You go to Angel Stadium, you go to Dodger Stadium. Which place is better to go watch a game?
Dodger Stadium.
You guys are ridiculous. You guys are ridiculous.
Lomar Field.
If you don't say you love the Dodgers, you might not get into heaven.
Yeah.
I'm getting into
Even if
heaven.
you're an angel.
Well, if you're an angel, you automatically go to heaven.
You would think, right?
It's named after freaking angels. I will say this, I feel fantastic. I look fantastic. I couldn't ask for a better body than I have.
Yes.
I have healthy kids. I got a hot wife. I got a fountain in my house.
You got a reading room?
I got a reading room.
You got 5 gallons of milk?
I'm only down at 2, but I got to stop on my own.
It's getting dangerously low.
Dangerously low.
Buy a cow.
I'll
milk it.
I'll have Pep come over.
I'll milk it.
But do you have to milk them every day?
Oh, yeah, you get mastitis. Like, it'll get all clogged up and it'll come out like cottage cheese.
That's true.
That's a true story.
Are you kidding me?
No.
Did you ever, miss one because you didn't, they, got away?
You want to?
Yeah, I want to know
a quick
this
story?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so. Okay,
I might puke, but go ahead.
Go ahead. Okay, I'm going to make this real quick. So some of the cows, they would come in with tape around their ankles, on one ankle. So, if it was a green one or a red one or a blue one, it meant something. So sometimes, just follow me for a second, sometimes the teat did not work. So it'd come in and be like, oh, that's it. I'm trying to say this with a straight face. That one's a 3-teater. Or that one's a 2-teater. So you know which one's the milk. Because some of them they didn't function properly. So, long story short, the guy who owned the dairy, Mark Ewan, good guy. Good guy. He was at the Siskiyou County Fair. I can't even make this story up. He was at the Siskiyou County Fair. And this cow came through when he was gone. And I'm milking the cows. and one of the teats wasn't working. And I was like, I don't know. It doesn't have tape on its ankle. All four is supposed to work. So my dad used to milk cows when he was a boy. Kind of runs in the family, I guess. So I had to call him. He had to drive 45 minutes. And I'm like, Dad, I don't know what's going on. He's like, this cow has mastitis. He had to, like, squeeze it out of the pouch and clear out, like, the gland, like, clear it out. Yeah, so the milk could start running again. Yeah, it was gross, man.
I missed the pot his face puke at home. And then I went to this movie theater, hid the puke in my jacket, climbed up to the balcony, and then I made a noise like this.
That's Jeff. Right now. You're never going to drink milk again. Get it, Chunk.
Dude, I'm gonna
Get it, Chunk.
I'm gonna use Kool-Aid in my cereal from now on. Cherry Kool-Aid and Cheerios. Wow. Pep, why would you?
So if you want me to milk your cow, I'll do it, but you got to do it like twice a day.
Nah, that's
I will
not
be at your
happening.
house twice a day, in the morning and at night.
No.
Yeah, I'll show Connor. I'll teach Connor.
No. God, no. I might not ever drink milk again.
Connor's hands can be
Oh,
You can go-
gosh. Oh, I'm going to go back almond milk. You can't squeeze. You know what?
No, almond milk
Hey,
is safe.
How do you
That's what
milk?
we drink.
How do you milk an almond?
That's
Oh.
You're sorry you asked, aren't
Oh,
you?
that's so gross.
I just turned everyone off of milk.
Go enjoy your 2 gallons.
It's getting
Yeah.
tough. I'm throwing it out. All I can think of is you like squeezing the
Like cottage cheese. Sour cream. Not even sour cream. It's a little chunkier.
like a zit,
Kind of chunk.
like popping a zit.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
just so
Nice
gross.
and gooey and chunky.
Oh my gosh!
This segment's
Man.
sponsored by milk.
I might have to leave.
You know what's
Oh.
funny is my daughters have good friends because there's a ton of dairies out in San Jacinto. And my daughter's friends, a lot of them own those dairies out there. And ironically, we're like the dairy-free family. But I used to work on a dairy, so I'll talk it up the cows and milking cows, and I'll talk it all up with them.
So, like, when you go to their houses and there's like a dairy farm there, do you go, hey, can I go over and milk?
No, but we hit it off. I'm like, you know, I'm a big-time radio star now, but I used to milk cows. And they're like, oh, really? And we hit it off. It's all good.
Oh, you're big time. I can't wait to tell the story of you being big time.
Yeah.
Yeah, when we went out, you and I went to a meeting earlier.
I'm
This
really important.
You are super important. We're going to have to bring that up a little later in the show, I
Really
think.
important.
Because that's one of my favorite stories of all time.
Yeah,
Of all
you
time.
enjoyed it too much.
Oh, it was great. It was
Okay,
great.
so the Halos lost 7-1 against the Rays last night. They're back in action tonight. Former 66er C.J. Cron had a bomb last night for Tampa Bay, his 11th of the season. As we mentioned, Ohtani had a home run last night, number 6 on the season, so he's back in the swing of
Hey.
things. But they really didn't hit too well, Jeff.
No, and Cron was an angel.
He was.
Yes. Big
That's
time.
why he was 66ers to the Angels. And
Yeah.
he's a good power hitter. Good guy.
Well, the Dodgers could use him because they have no power.
Has no power.
Zero.
Not named Yasmani Grandal.
No.
Okay, so Cozart's still at the top of the lineup. It drives me nuts. He went 0 for 3. Andrelton Simmons hitting 6th. He's hitting .342 on the season. Please put him at the top of the order. Justin Upton was hitting a pitch, but as Jeff reported, not until this morning because he wouldn't text me back last night. It's not broken, but he got hit in the hand by a pitch.
Yes, he was taken
he's
out,
okay.
and it looks like he's going to go on the DL as they brought up someone from the minor leagues.
And what's up with your boy Mike Trout? He hasn't got a hit in a while.
0 for 19, his longest drought of his entire career.
Sadness.
Drought for Trout, but I'll tell you what, he will be fine. He is the best player in all of baseball. I don't care what anybody's saying. You're wrong if you say he's not. And he's been the best player for the last 6 years, and he will continue to be the best player in baseball. So,
On everybody.
yes.
Also, so it's Cody Bellinger bobblehead night at Rancho Cucamonga. The Quakes back home tonight, taking on Lake Elsinore. So go get your Cody Bellinger bobblehead. I think it's the first 1,500 fans. We're going to have the voice of the Quakes, Mike Lindskog, join us live in about 40 minutes right here on the Inland Sports Show. He'll give us all those juicy details about driving the bus all the way back to the IE and
Yeah, I'm going to
getting
ask
the
him about
bobbleheads
that.
ready.
He's been sounding angry on the broadcast.
Well, they're losing.
I'm going to ask him about
we
his
need
anger.
some wins.
Like, you can visibly, or not, you can audibly tell that he's angry.
He's like, all right, see you
All
next time.
Yeah.
Throw to the plate, out.
Yeah, in post game he
Right.
tosses.
Is that
it.
his line? Is that his line? Throw to the plate, out.
Yeah, and then he does this. He tosses the post game to his partner. He just, as soon as the game's over, he's like,
He's like, hey, you!
"Click,
Take
I'm
over. I'm
He
outta
says,
here.
I'm out of here. I'll see you next time."
I'm leaving Stockton.
Yeah. We'll have to mess with Skoggy Skog.
Cal Baptist, huge win yesterday against APU in 15 innings, but But, Jeff, because they played so long, UC San Diego and Point Loma, the last game of the night, didn't finish until almost 1 in the morning.
What?
Yes, and UC San Diego eventually won. In fact, it was 22-3, so that game was really long, too. 22-3, it's a lot of runs. That was a long game.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's going to be Cal Baptist, UC San Diego later tonight, 7 o'clock. We'll talk more about that later in the show. Just final from Spokane. It's all over for the University of Redlands. The Bulldogs losing to SCIAC rival Chapman University. 6-5, the final score in the West Regional in Division III. UCR softball trying to win the West Regional and the National Invitational for softball. They beat UNLV last night by a score of 2-0. Taylor Misfelt, my favorite player, locked in a complete game. Janae Lockwood had a homer. So what does it all mean? It means UCR and UNLV are taking the field. Well, right about now, we'll have live updates. If they can win this, Jeff, they're going to win the West Regional, and they will go to the National Invitational Championship Tournament.
So they have, if they win out this next game, they're in no matter what. But if they lose, they will play a second game. They have to win one of the next two.
Yes, because UCR is 2-0.
Yes.
And UNLV is, I think, 2-1 or something like that.
But UC Riverside is going to go all the way.
I mean, they beat UNLV last night. They can do it again.
They're going to do it easy. Plus, who do they got tonight? They got Dolcini. Heather Dolcini.
Got to be, right?
Or Haley?
It's
Is it
Haley Dolcini. So
Haley
if Misfelt
Dolcini
pitched last night, Dolcini will probably get the ball today.
And then they'll close with Misfelt tonight.
Oh, it looks like a wonderful day in Las Vegas. Okay, we're watching it live in the studio. I love watching a game live as we're doing the show, even when I'm in a bad mood.
You are kind of
like a really bad mood.
You're a little salty. I heard you use a couple colorful metaphors.
Yeah, like mastitis.
You're as angry as old George Costanza's father.
I got a lot of problems. And also an update on Cal Baptist women's golf. They are at the National Championship Tournament in Houston, third round today. We'll have that update later in the show. It's all brought to you by our good friends at Ken Sporting Goods. More than 40 years in the Inland Empire, bringing you all of your sporting gear needs. They do Letterman's jackets. They do embroidery, screen printing, team sales. No order too big or too small. Hook it up at Ken's Sporting Goods in Norco, California. When we come back here on the Inland Sports Show, hey, we got some big football news for some local quarterbacks. Plus, we're going to talk about the triplets. You know what triplets are in football, Jeff?
No.
It's the quarterback, it's the running back, and the receiver. I remember they used to call Emmitt Smith, Michael Irvin, and Troy Aikman of the Cowboys. They used to call them the triplets. So we're going to talk about who has the best triplets in the NFL right now. And plus, again, big-time news for a couple local quarterbacks from out of the Inland Empire. One going to the NFL, and one's found a new home in Division I college football. We'll be back. It's the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM.
We focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. We just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. You come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
Thank God, first of all. I thank the great people that I've got around me that help support me, the people that work for me. As I started, if it wasn't for the people around me, we probably wouldn't be here right now, but I've got a great staff. I've got great people that do stuff for us outside the store, and we've been very, very fortunate. Our service is impeccable, and we just keep trying to get better every year. We can do online stuff for your teams, as well as, like I said, the screen printing, the embroidery. We also have 3 women that do extra sewing for us, like tackle tool on uniforms, or the bling or rhinestones for different shirts for the ladies. That's why we have certain racks just for certain schools, and the fun about that is that it turns into other schools that may come in here that aren't as close, that we can do stuff for them as well. We've had very, very good customers throughout the years, and it's just been a blast.
We're small, family-owned, strive for quality pre-owned vehicles. We're not a volume dealer, and we take every deal as personal to us. We're a low-stress environment. We're not a pressure sales house. If you want to shop us, you're more than welcome to shop us. We have, like I said, great rates, competitive financing, a lot of one-owner, clean Carfax, clean title vehicles. As you see, we have Carfax everywhere. That's most important to us, to educate our customers before they make a purchase. We're right off of Ontario, right off a couple exits off the 15 freeway, off Cajalco, off El Cerrito, and we're right on the main drag going into Dos Logos and the crossings. We have great financing, we have great lenders that we're using. We do buy, sell, trade, cash for your car. Whatever we need to do to help accommodate the customer, that's what we're here for. We have a little bit of everything. We start at about $69.95 and go all the way up to $100,000. We have Escalades, we have commuters, we have pickup trucks, we have Jeeps, sport utilities, and if we don't have it, our specialty is finding you exactly what you're looking for.
Welcome back to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. This segment's brought to you by Boost Performance Training in Corona with Coach Ray Bass. Athletes of all levels and all sports, they're checking out Boost Performance Training. Follow them on Instagram and Twitter. Check out the strength and speed class. The first one's always free at Boost Performance Training. All right, we got big football news, Jeffrey, that we need to talk about.
Yes.
So first off, University of South Florida has a new quarterback.
Dan Marino.
We don't talk about South Florida too much, but it's not Dan Marino.
Bob Greasy.
Bob Greasy. You're going old school. People are like, who is that? No, it's Blake Barnett, our old friend out of Santiago High School. Remember, he was a quarterback at Alabama.
But he committed to go to Notre Dame out of high school. Let's start from the beginning.
Oh, from the very beginning.
Okay, he committed to Notre Dame.
Verbally committed.
Then he signed with Alabama.
And was there for a couple years. Got one start against USC for a couple series.
Yes.
Then lost his job to Jalen Hurts. So he transferred to?
Hurt. He transferred. Remember, he had everybody courting him. And then on his birthday, he decided to go to Arizona State. You remember the inside of the cake?
Oh, that's right. Coach Graham was at their house.
Yes, and the inside of the cake was the color of Arizona State, which is gold and maroon.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Close enough.
Close enough. And that was the inside of the cake. So that was it was like a reveal. Okay? It was like a reveal
like
party.
A gender reveal, but it was a, college football reveal.
So he ends up going to Arizona State.
Yes.
What happens next, Pep?
Well, it didn't really work out. He was the backup. He hardly played, but he did graduate. So he is now going to the University of South Florida. It's Division I. It's coached by Charlie Strong. He's kind of a big-time coach.
Big-time guy.
And Blake Barnett is a grad transfer, so he's going to be getting his master's degree paid for, and he's got 2 years of eligibility.
Ooh.
I think it's great. The only problem, Jeff, is that South Florida is already entrenched in a quarterback battle. They've already got a quarterback battle going on. Now Blake Barnett's just adding to the mix.
So they have two other guys right now that are looking for a job besides
a guy who's already starting and like some hot up-and-comer, and they're battling for the job, and now you throw Blake Barnett in.
Holy cow!
So it's not one of these things where, hey, Blake Barnett, you're our guy. If you come over here, you're going to be our starting quarterback. So he's going to be in a battle.
I wish he would have just came to the University of Redlands.
U of R.
And he could have just thrown for 1 million yards.
1 million.
Or, and been like gone to North Dakota. He could have been hanging up with Cullen.
Minot State or something like that.
They have a
Division II football?
Division II football. Or he could have gone to Eastern Washington.
Hey, Cullen's got like a whole pad up there in North Dakota.
Oh, yeah.
Blake Barnett could have lived with him.
He's
his whole family.
But Blake Barnett, I was going to say Blake Bortles, unless he's playing for South Florida. No,
close.
Blake Barnett, though, is one of those guys, he's probably pretty mature if he's already graduated. It's not like he's a ding-dong. Remember, he was at a JC just a year and a half ago. Palomar. So he's put in 2 years and finished his degree. He's married to a beautiful surfer, and they have a child. Maybe his priorities are a little different. Maybe he's just going to go over, get his master's paid for, live on the beach.
That's the thing. Like, my first reaction was like, man, South Florida, that's not quite Alabama or even Arizona State. But you said, hey, wait, he's going to get a master's degree and is going to get paid for.
Yes, and he's got a baby. He might
be the smartest guy in the whole room. He figured it all out.
I kind of think I think it's a good move. I mean, I don't know him personally. I know his father was heavily involved, but for a guy to go out and graduate, it says that he's got some maturity in him. He's got some inner strength to persevere. He's going to be a stud. If he can play football, good for him. If he doesn't, good for him as well. He's going to get his master's paid for. Not too many people get that paid for. That's extra several $1,000.
That's a lot of money.
Oh, yeah. Talking $30,000.
That's a lot of money.
For free.
Well, everyone knows Blake Barnett from Santiago. Jeff Steinberg was his coach there. Remember, even Josh Rosen was holding on to that chip on his shoulder. Remember, he said,
coming out before the draft.
Coming out of high school, everyone was talking about Blake Barnett. And who was the other guy? Was it Ricky Town? There was another quarterback everyone was talking about. Ricky Town, who was from St. Bonaventure up in Ventura. And then Josh Rosen was like, yeah, you don't hear about Blake Barnett anymore. I'm going to be one of the top picks in the NFL draft. That's all right. You know what? Josh Rosen might be on the Arizona Cardinals, but Blake Barnett's got a beautiful wife. He's got a new baby. He's going to get his master's degree, and he's still going to play college football.
Dude,
it's not so bad to be Blake Barnett.
No, his wife's gorgeous. Hey, she's a surfer. Follow her on Twitter. We all do. She's very, very attractive. So why not? Good for you there, buddy.
Hey, and the other big football news, and I just saw it earlier today, was former Vista Marietta High School quarterback Nick Stevens, the all-time leading passer in Colorado State history, has signed with the Denver Broncos. It just happened today. So he's going to stay in the state of Colorado, and he's going to play for the Broncos. And also kind of cool here, Jeff, he's being reunited with Sua Cravens. When Vista Marietta won the 2011 CIF Inland Division Championship, the two-star players were Sua Cravens and Nick Stevens, the quarterback. So now they're back together.
Sua Cravens, you know something about him? You know what? He's crazy. He's absolutely nutso. But now, was Sua Cravens an offensive guy in high school?
He was an everything guy.
He was Mr. Football.
He was running back, receiver, kick returner, linebacker, safety. He might have played corner. He might have played D-end at some point. Like, he played everywhere.
But Nick Stevens, the all-time leading passer at Colorado State.
At Colorado State.
That's not bad. That's not a bad pedigree right there.
No, he enjoyed a great college career. So now he's going to team up with Sua again. So back with the Denver Broncos.
There's always room for guys like that. There's always three quarterbacks on every roster for the most part. You got a starter, you got a backup, and you got the guy who's on the scout team.
So who is on the Broncos right now? Because it's Case Keenum, right? He's going to be the starter. I believe they still have Paxton Lynch, and the other guy, Trevor Siemian. I'm not sure. Maybe they got plans to let one of those guys go. Are you pulling up the Broncos roster right now?
I got it right here.
Because I'm just curious because maybe they're bringing him in. Because sometimes they just bring guys in training camp to push the other guys along.
Yeah,
so,
they have Paxton Lynch, Chad Kelly, and Case Keenum.
Oh, so they do not have Trevor Siemian.
They do not.
Chad Kelly, I believe, was the quarterback out of Ole Miss.
Yes, he was he's for a 1 year in.
And he's not a for sure thing, though, with the Denver Broncos. Like, Nick Stevens could, pass him up, leapfrog him in the depth chart. Paxton Lynch, I don't know, that'd be kind of tough. I mean, Case Keenum's going to be the guy. But Paxton Lynch is probably the backup. But Nick Stevens could easily be the 3.
And
if they keep 3.
Most teams usually do keep 3. They'll use one for a scout team and so forth. And then the backup will usually throw some reps in with the first team. So a great spot to land for the Denver Broncos.
Yeah, so Nick Stevens, congrats going to the Denver Broncos. Hopefully he sticks. We saw Cameron Hunt yesterday. He signed with the Oakland Raiders. So we got local guys who they weren't necessarily picked in the NFL draft. In fact, we only had one. Remember, it was Kylie Fitz out of Redlands East Valley in Utah. Usually we have about 5, 6, 7 guys from the Inland Empire that are selected in the NFL draft. This year we only had Kylie Fitz. You know where he went? Chicago. Eat lots of bratwurst.
Hey,
peppers.
Okay, here's the deal.
The Bears.
Today, I run into a local football coach, Andy Martinez.
I love Andy, Coach Martinez. Yeah, he's great.
So he goes up to me and he drives by in his car and he goes, "Hey, Jeff."
He drove by in his car.
Hey, he drove by in his car and we're going by each other in the parking lot and he goes, I don't want to see you or listen to you right now for a while. And I go, why? And he goes, well, I listened to you today for 8 hours.
What?
I said, what do you mean you listened to me?
8 hours?
Yes, he said that he was watching me do Riverside TV games a week because he was doing scouting already for next year. And I said, what do you mean? And then he goes, yeah, and then I watched yesterday's show.
It was really good. It was a good show.
Yeah, and he was like, I don't want to talk. I don't want to hear you. I don't want to talk to you. Just gave me a wave. And then he said, Pep has the worst Chicago accent I've ever heard.
Did he say the best?
He was the worst.
He said the worst?
And of course I said, you mean peppers and sausage? And
Bratwurst, Kylie Fitz.
And he said, yeah, that was the worst. So yes, it is the consensus among the Riverside and the Inland Empire that you have the worst Chicago accent in history.
The best. Remember we were talking about Tyler Chatwood? He plays for the Cubs in Chicago. Guess who else who plays in Chicago? From Ukaipa, Matt Davidson. You know what? I'd fit in right in with these guys. Listen.
Trevor Siemian got traded to the Vikings. Chad Kelly, the nephew of Jim, coming off surgery. Okay, that's all I can
I'm Bob Swirsky, and I want to thank everyone for sending those cards to my brother Bill, who recently had another heart attack. We are coming to you live from Ditka's here on Thanksgiving Day.
It sounds just like me.
Giving thanks
I can't believe it. It sounds like me.
Punishment from a team that is known as the Bears.
The Bears. That sounds just like me.
No.
Chicago,
With
kindly
me, as
fans in
always,
the
are the
Bronx.
super fans. Gentlemen, how was your week?
Real good. Real good.
Good. Any heart attacks?
Sounds like a bunch of me's.
No.
Good. All right.
That's totally
Now,
me.
as you can tell, we're celebrating Thanksgiving here at Ditka's rather than at our homes. But it's okay. Our families understand.
Absolutely.
This year, the Bears are playing, and Ditka's has a 12-foot screen.
There's really no other place to be.
All right. We're getting
All
ready
right,
to
we
watch
got to
the
take a
Bears
break, but they
annihilate the
sound
Detroit
just like
Lions.
me. I just
No way.
Coach Martinez, that's for you because I know all you haters out there. I sound like I'm from Chicago. I sound just like those guys who like the Bears.
Nope, there's another text coming across. You don't sound anything
sound
like
like
those
just
guys.
like them, huh?
Nothing like those guys.
We'll be back. It's the Inland Sports Show, your favorite show on Fox Sports, IE 1350 AM, Chicago, guys.
I played once upon a time at Centennial High School. I was actually on the first ever CIF championship team back in 2000, and then my senior year we won it again. I think that's my passion because I've done it. You know, I know exactly where these athletes are at. I know what their mindset is right now. I know how hard it is to, number one, find a performance coach who can take you to the next level. What sets us apart has to be, you know, how we work with our athletes and what we know. We can take an athlete and you know, help them reach their athletic potential, you know, help them, you know, prevent injuries, help get them stronger. I know every single athlete who steps into this gym. I know exactly where they're at, and I'm going to progress them every week. If you're not getting results, then, you know, really what's it about? We're going to deliver something that's measurable, you know, in terms of speed, power, you know, strength, agility.
And welcome back to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. A short and sweet little segment here at the end of the first hour as we make way for Mike Lindskog, the voice of the Quakes, in just a couple of minutes. We will get back to the NFL triplets. Best quarterback, receiver, and running back trio in the NFL. We'll get back to that later in the show. We got a lot to get to. It's all brought to you by our good friends at Catalano Motors in Corona off of Temescal Canyon Road, where you can buy, trade, and finance all in the same spot. Make sure you check out their sweet weekly specials, and you can save thousands of dollars only at Catalano Motors in Corona off of Temescal Canyon Road. CatalanoCars.com is the website. UC Riverside in their postseason softball game against UNLV in the West Regional. We're already up 2-0.
Yeah!
2-run homer from Chelsea Holly. Highlanders on top, Jeff.
Dolcini! My favorite pitcher in the world, Haley Dolcini.
All right, so it's 2-0 Highlanders in the third inning to the NBA playoffs now. So no game tonight. All weekend long, Jeff. We got Rockets and Warriors, game 3. We got Celtics, Cavaliers, game 3. Boston's up 2-0. Rockets and Warriors knotted at 1 apiece. And I love it when the players' moms get involved. Did you hear Draymond Green's mom is calling out Kevin Durant?
Just shut up, green lady. What is
green lady?
Come on. Just keep your pie hole shut. Don't talk about basketball. Watch your son wear a bedazzled sweatshirt and shut the hell up.
Wow. Angry.
Yeah,
Well, Draymond Green's mom, because she's a basketball expert, said that Kevin Durant's playing too much ISO basketball, too much isolation. They need to move the ball around so everyone gets to touch it.
Dude, they lost one game.
Not a big deal.
They didn't shoot well. They're still going to win this series. Do not be a polarizing figure.
Because Draymond Green's already polarizing. Now we know where he gets it from, right? It must be from the mom.
Man, I'll tell you what. Just knock it off, moms. Remember, Kevin Durant's mom is always around. Maybe they're going to fight each other.
Oh, yeah.
Cage fighting.
Yeah, Kevin Durant's mom. She's not going to like it.
No.
She's not going to like that.
Hey, and nobody better mess with Steph Curry's mom, because nobody puts Steph Curry's mom in the corner. She is a good-looking lady. Have you seen her? She's a pretty woman.
The camera always seems to find her in the playoffs.
Oh, I'm glad it does.
What was it? His dad was Del Curry, right?
Yes,
Del.
a great basketball player.
Yes.
One of the great,
three-point shooters.
One of the greatest shooters in NBA history.
Absolutely right.
But I have to say that son is a little better than dad. A little bit.
A lot better.
Oh, he's pretty darn
And the
good.
brother was on the Kings for a little bit. Was it
He played this year.
Seth
Yes.
Curry. Steph and Seth. Ugh.
I can't even say
tongue-tied.
Steph and Seth. I have a hard time.
Steph and Seth.
I have a really hard time with
It's
that.
a really hard one.
It's a tongue twister.
So that's in the West. Over in the East, it's Cavaliers and the Celtics. Game 3 coming up in Cleveland this weekend. Jeff, I saw an interesting stat. Since LeBron James has returned to Cleveland, since he's actually been on the team but not played, like he's on the team but he's not playing in the game.
Yes.
The Cavaliers are 4-23.
Whoa!
When he does not play in the game.
Yikes. But I'll tell you what, though. Right now, Boston is a 7-point favorite as they go to Cleveland. Now
That's big.
We can discuss these things now because, sports betting is coming
completely legal
our way. 7-point favorites in Cleveland. And I will say this. Cleveland better attack the basket early because right now they're trying to run an offense. I know Coach Lou's done a pretty good job, fair job with the guys he has. They only have Kevin Love and LeBron James. That's it. That is completely it. You have guys that have not showed up at all. It's a sad situation if you're a Cleveland fan, but if you're Cleveland, you need to attack early to get more shots. Similar to what the Houston Rockets did in the last game versus the Warriors.
Do you see any scenario where we don't have a Boston versus Golden State finals?
Yes. And that
let me say this. I think of the two conference finals, and I want to see if we agree here. Of the two conference finals, I think Cleveland, even though they're down 2-0, I believe Cleveland has a better chance of making it to the finals than Houston does against Golden State in the West.
I agree. Just because you have LeBron James is just, I was talking to somebody earlier. Somebody asked me, and I said, if we're gonna talk sports, you better pay me, is what I said.
That's right, because you're a pro.
Yeah, I'm a professional. So, no, I told the guy today, I said, look, I'm comfortable with saying that Boston will probably win this series, but then I had to hedge myself and say, well, every time we've counted LeBron James out in the last 7 years, we've been wrong. The guy
always battles back.
He has proven us wrong every single year. The only thing that's different this year is they're down 0-2, and he has nobody around him other than Kevin Love. And Kyle Korver, not much of a player.
I would say the cards have never been stacked more against LeBron than this season, but you can never count him out. I feel like no matter the circumstances, if you have LeBron, you've got a chance.
You do. I mean, he's averaging 34 points a game in the playoffs. There are only 3 guys in double figures right now in the playoffs for Cleveland. That's LeBron, Kevin Love at 15.5, and I mentioned Kyle Korver, who doesn't even start, is averaging 10 points a game. After that, it drops off pretty solid. You know, J.R. Smith, George Hill, and Jeff Green averaging just at 8 points a game.
All right, so that's how the conference finals looks. One other basketball note we want to get to here on the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. There's panic in the streets.
What?
The Big Easy. Down in the bayou. I mean, they can't even.
New Orleans?
Oh, man, they can't even eat their gumbo. They're so depressed right now.
Why is that?
Because DeMarcus Cousins has unfollowed the Pelicans on Instagram.
No.
Oh, yes, it's true.
Oh, my gosh.
It's really true. So someone actually stepped up to the plate on the gram and said, DeMarcus, why did you unfollow the Pelicans? That's your team, because he's going to be an unrestricted free agent in July when the free agency opens, July 9th or whatever that date is. And he said, his simple answer was, because I'm grown.
What does that mean?
I guess because he's a grown man and he's not going to be influenced. He's a little nutty, though. I don't know.
Here's the deal.
Go ahead and read into it.
I think you can't give the guy a max deal. He's hurt. He has a torn Achilles tendon.
That's what Kobe had.
He has the same thing. You've got to be careful with that. If you're the Lakers, if you're anybody, and I know you're going to go that way with the Lakers. If you're the Lakers,
I'm going to go that way.
You can say, hey, look, we're going to offer you a contract, but it's going to be a 1-year deal, and it's not going to be a max. Because there's no point in giving DeMarcus Cousins a max deal because he's injured, and there's no point in giving him a max deal because he's a head case. Where has DeMarcus Cousins won?
Wasn't Sacramento.
Did he win a national championship with Kentucky?
I don't think he did. Did he?
No, he did not.
Oh, okay.
Did he win anything in Sacramento?
Not a darn thing.
And then,
not even one.
And then at New Orleans, what happened after he got hurt?
They got better.
They beat
Portland.
Better.
They swept Portland in the first round.
They were addition by subtraction, and that subtraction was DeMarcus Cousins. DeMarcus Cousins is a very good, talented player, good back-to-the-basket postman, but you want to spend the money to give that guy a big contract? No. A 1-year deal if I'm the Lakers, and if it doesn't work out, you waive him because he is such a big head case.
He's really good. One of the best big men in the league, no doubt about it. But it's almost like the Carmelo Anthony effect or the Russell Westbrook. Do they really make your team better? Or are they just really good?
Yeah.
A really good individual player, or do they make your team better? Are they like LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan? Do they make everyone else better?
Yes. But he does not.
He does not. Everywhere he goes, kind of like Carmelo. Everywhere he goes, they don't win.
Well, he did follow 2 guys. Did you notice who he followed?
DeMarcus Cousins?
Yes.
No, who did he follow? Is this on the gram?
Yeah, on the gram. He followed Isaiah Thomas.
Okay. I'm trying to figure. Is he in a front office somewhere?
No. The Isaiah Thomas, the basketball player.
Oh, the basketball. I'm thinking Z.
Oh.
No, Isaiah Thomas is still with the Lakers as of right now for a couple more months.
Julius Randle.
Both Lakers?
Both Lakers.
Oh!
But if you recall, when they asked him when he was in Sacramento if he wanted to play for the Lakers, and he said never. Do you remember that?
Never!
He said never wanted to play for the Lakers.
Julius Randle's a Kentucky guy.
Yes.
DeMarcus Cousins is a Kentucky guy, but Isaiah Thomas is not. That's interesting. Maybe they're going to team up and go somewhere together.
Yeah, they can.
Maybe IT's going to stay with the Lakers, and he's going to bring DeMarcus Cousins in, and then they get Kawhi in a trade, and bingo bongo, you got a playoff team.
Well, I think if you do get DeMarcus Cousins for a year, you bring in Isaiah Thomas on the cheap because he's hurt too. You're not going to offer him, and then you keep Julius Randle. You still have a shot to get 2 max deals. You still could. I don't think Kawhi Leonard will be there, but I think Paul George. I don't think if LeBron James, if Isaiah Thomas is a Laker, I don't see him playing for the Lakers.
That he already tried that once in Cleveland. It didn't work.
Died.
Yeah, it didn't work. So, all right, we come back here on the Inland Sports Show. We're going to shift to the Diamond. Mike Lindskog, the voice of the Quakes, he will join us next. Talk a little Rancho Cucamonga baseball. Also, bobblehead night. Yes, Jeff.
He also is following Paul George.
Interesting.
Yeah,
free agent. All these guys are free agents, right?
Yes,
that's
they are.
the common theme. We'll be back. It's the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM. Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. This segment's brought to you by our good friends at Spoiled. Quick quality oil change. I was there this morning, spoiling myself, spoiling my car, paying it forward, passing out flowers.
You were spoiling yourself?
Yeah. There's no stress. You go over there, have a little cup of coffee, shake some hands, smiles. It's a great time.
Hey,
Awesome.
where does a hammer go to get pampered?
Where does a hammer go to get pampered? I don't know.
The nail shop, buddy. The nail shop. Come on.
Oh, like your nails. Got it.
Yeah.
Hey, a couple quick baseball scores. The playoffs going on right now, the CIF playoffs. Corona leading Redlands East Valley 7-0 in the first inning. Ouch. The Panthers jumping out on top. Then also San Gorgonio leading Arlington in Division III action. It's 2-0 right now. I believe it's top of 3, I think it is out there. So couple scores. Keep them coming. Make sure you're following and tweeting at Inland_sports. Let us know where the score is where you are. Maybe you're at a game right now so we can follow along. One other score update. UC Riverside, remember we were telling you about their big postseason softball game against UNLV in the West Regional of the National Invitational Softball Championship. They're leading UNLV by a score of 3-0 now, Jeff. So the Highlanders off to a great start.
So they have a shot to win. When 3 innings go away here and they're in the 7th inning and they win, they will be West Regional champions of the National Invitational Tournament.
Oh, you know what? UNLV got one back. The Running Rebels got one. It's just one, though.
Yeah, 3-1. That's it. But if
Just
they
one.
win, they will be West Regional champs and moving forward.
No big shake.
No biggie.
No big shake.
Now, especially when you got Taylor Misfelt.
In fact, we thought it was going to be Dolcini. Because remember, they got a great 1-2 punch with Dolcini and Misfelt. And Misfelt pitched last night, so we figured it would be Dolcini in the circle today against UNLV. But no, they went with Misfelt again, probably because she shut down UNLV last night at 2-0 complete game shutout.
So stick with her. And then, maybe if you need to close, then you bring in the Dolcini, the big freshman, the stud, with 15 wins this season for the Highlanders.
All right, we're going to hear from Mike Lindskog shortly, the voice of the Quakes. Also, Norco High School softball, they're going to join us live in studio. They are the #1 seed in the D1 playoffs. In fact, they're so good, they didn't have to play yesterday. They have a first-round bye. They're not going to play until next week. In fact, I believe they're going to play Santa Margarita. We'll confirm with the ladies when they get in studio. And head coach Rick Robinson, one of the greats around here. I remember when I first got here, Jeff, Norco High School not only won the CIF Southern Section Division I championship, because if you win Division I in the Southern Section, you're the best in the country. They were the state champions. They were the national champions. And ESPN, everybody came out and they had this big celebratory deal at Norco High School because they were this CIF, state, and national champions. When you play at Norco, you play for titles.
Hey, I actually coached softball one time, or a couple years.
One time. There was this one time?
No, one time at band camp. No, I was coaching softball, and I had to play Norco. I was at La Sierra.
You had to play them?
I had to play them.
That sounds awful.
And I remember going out there and saying, hey, I think we're going to beat you guys. I was over in about the 3rd inning, and the 3rd inning lasted about 2.5 hours. There was a cap on the time. They're like, yep, we're done here.
Sorry, guys. This is getting ugly. It's getting out of control. Let's just go home.
I was yelling at the coach, please step off the bag, step off the bag. Because then you get out, and the game's, it was really, really.
Step off the bag because you can't leave the base, right?
You can't leave the base in softball.
You can't leave the base.
Step off the bag, please. Somebody, please step off the bag. But they didn't. They killed me.
Oh, my goodness. So we're going to have Norco High School softball in studio in just a little bit. The Dodgers, they were postponed. They were supposed to play in Washington tonight against the Nationals. If you're just joining us, that game tonight was postponed. And they're going to try to do a doubleheader tomorrow against the Nationals. But the Dodgers did put up their lineup before they postponed the game. They did put out the lineup, what they were going to run out there tonight against the Nationals. And let's take a quick look at it because, Jeff, what's my favorite part of the entire day?
Looking up the lineup for the game.
Looking up the Dodgers lineup because every day it's a little bit different. And I like Dave Roberts. I just feel like he's in panic mode already. Shuffling around, patching things together, sewing things together, rerouting. Like, I feel like if you use a computer, just say buffering. There's just buffering. They're trying to figure it out.
Always trying to figure out what's going on.
All right, so here's the Dodgers lineup. what was supposed to be against the Washington Nationals. And again, of course, they were postponed tonight. Leading off in left field is going to be Jock Peterson. They were going to try him at leadoff. They're trying to find something to get the offense going. Cody Bellinger hitting second. He's in center field. Batting third, your boy JT at third base. Cleanup hitter, Yasmani Grandal, the catcher. Max Muncy. Who's Max Muncy, by the way?
Chuck Muncy's son.
He's at first base, hitting fifth, so he's already in the middle of the lineup now.
Come on.
That's how bad it is. Max Muncy's your number 5 hitter. Chris Taylor, who's been the leadoff guy like all year long, now he's hitting 6th at short. Chase Utley getting the start at second base over Kike Hernandez, over Austin Barnes. And you have Yasiel Puig hitting 8th in right field.
Puig.
That's kind of a weird lineup. I would not run that out there. It's just, you know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me.
So do you think they should fire him?
No.
Dave Roberts?
No, but I would like to understand what is he trying to accomplish with this lineup? Because Jock Peterson is not a consistent hitter, and he's hitting leadoff. And you have Cody Bellinger playing in center field. Why don't you take Peterson out of the lineup, have Bellinger playing left, put Taylor back in center field, put Kike Hernandez at short, and Austin Barnes at second? I just completely rearranged that entire lineup.
Well, I think you should tweet at Coach Roberts.
Say, hey, listen, I'm a friend of Gary Adcock.
Yes, that will
he
work.
said you wouldn't mind if I hit you up, gave you a suggestion. But you know what? He doesn't need my suggestion. The Dodgers are red hot.
They were red hot after one game, my man.
It was a big win.
Yeah,
it was a big win.
They still have the second worst record in the whole National League.
Kenta Maeda was on fire. Somebody hit a home run. They were great.
I heard the other day on the news, they were talking about the pitching, the game that Maeda threw a great game. But they said it was Ryu. They literally said that
Ryu has meat off the bone. That's not him.
He has like a chicken leg where the meat went right off the bone. But
meat hanging off the bone.
On the news, they said it was Ryu, and I wanted to go, come on.
Did you scream at your TV?
I did.
That would never happen on the Inland Sports Show.
I will never watch that channel again. And you know who I blame?
Who?
Angel the intern.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. It was
that station?
It was our friends over there.
How do you not know
They're
that?
Screwed up big time.
Big time. So if you're a Dodgers fan, you know what? Maybe tweet us. Follow at @inland_sports. I'm just curious, what do you guys all think of the batting order and the lineup? I just look at it and I think, you know what? It would probably be better and I would shuffle guys around. To me, it just doesn't make a lot of sense because Peterson's not hitting. You have him at the top. I know Puig isn't either, but I'd put Puig and Chris Taylor at the top of your order. Keep the middle of your lineup the same. Turner, Grandal, I'd probably put Bellinger hitting 5th. I'd keep the heart of the order pretty much the same, but I think Puig and Taylor at the top of your order.
No Kemp? Anywhere?
Kemp's not even playing tonight. Is he hurt?
He's not playing tonight, but wouldn't you? No, he's not hurt. Would you play him?
Kemp would probably be my number 6 hitter. I'd go Turner, Grandal, Bellinger, Kemp. 3, 4, 5, 6.
And then you keep Puig at 8?
No, I'd put Puig at the top.
You would?
I think so. I think I'd put Taylor at 1, Puig at 2.
Yeah, I would. Since this year's it's either strikeout or hit home runs, I'm going to go all power. I'm going to just say, hey, let's just get on base, swing for power, because nothing is working for the Dodgers. There's guys in the lineup that we've got Max Muncy, whom I've never even heard of. There's guys in this lineup that shouldn't be in there. It makes me crazy. Just put in the guys that have played baseball the most.
Another live baseball update at the end of 4. San Gorgonio leading Arlington 2-0 in the CIF Southern Section Division III playoffs. Live updates. You won't hear them anywhere else but right here on the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. We're going to hear from Mike Lindskog in a little bit, the voice of the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes, because tonight it's Cody Bellinger bobblehead night. First 1,500 fans will get a bobblehead. I guess it's a bobblehead series. I was going to ask Mike that I believe last week they had Corey Seager, and then tonight you get Cody Bellinger, 2 former Quakes who have made it to the big time.
So we're getting guys that are major league players that have played with the 66ers. The Quakes. The Quakes.
No offense to any of the current Quakes, but you want a guy who plays for the Dodgers, right? A guy who came through the Quakes, but he plays for the Dodgers now.
No, I want a Ryland Bannon. bobblehead.
You do?
I want a Ryland Banner.
Well, you could talk to, you know what? That's a great question from Mike Lindskog. Say, hey, listen, Cody Bellinger, Corey Seager, Clayton Kershaw, they're all great, but where's my Ryland Bannon bobblehead? I'm holding out.
You got Connor Wong. They both got 9.
Connor Wong, yeah.
Dude,
those are 2 great Quakes players who could be on the Dodgers someday.
Heck, they got 9 home runs each. I want power hitters. I don't want to see ding-dongs that don't hit. I want to see guys that hit the ball.
You like the home run.
You're darn right I like the home run. Who doesn't?
You know, back in the day on that, I think it was a Nike commercial, Tommy Glavine, Greg Maddux, they said, chicks dig the long ball.
They do.
And they meant it. And it always stuck.
Well, hey, just think of it this way. If no one's going to, what do they say? Hit for dough? You're a baseball guy.
Hit for dough?
No, what do you do?
Hit for dough. Money don't sleep.
No, they say something. There's a term. You're hitting for something. Maybe it's a softball term. Never mind. Forget it. My brain is fried. It's Friday night. I'm ready to go out and party. I'm going to go clubbing.
How about this? Even better. We're going to take a break.
Okay, let's take a break.
Let's take a break. When we come back, we're hoping to get Mike Lindskog.
Where the heck are you, Skoggy Skog?
And Norco High School softball is en route. We're going to have the Cougars live in studio.
Wait,
talk about
there's
the
going to
D1
be
play.
a bunch of older women in here?
Yes.
Cougars?
Rick Robinson's his name.
Oh, never mind then. I was excited there for a minute. I thought they were bringing in the Cougars.
Not quite. When we come back, we'll have that. It's all brought to you by our good friends at Boost Performance Training. Athletes of all levels and all sports. They go check out Boost Performance Training. They have a strength and speed class. The first one's always free. Follow them on Instagram and Twitter. Boost Performance Training with Coach Ray Bass. When we come back on the Inland Sports Show, more live local updates that you will not hear anywhere else. It's your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM.
focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. We just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. You come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
This is Mike Lindskog, the voice of your Rancho Cucamonga Quakes baseball team, proud affiliate of the Los Angeles Dodgers. Thanks for listening to Fox Sports, home of the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes.
We are Fox Sports!
Well, don't worry. Don't worry. I'm not going to do what you all think I'm going to do, which is just flip out!
We're back to the Inland Sports Show. Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Corum.
Your jam?
Okay, $1,000 song and artist.
No, I know the song. Like, I hear it in my head. I mean, it's Celebrate Good Times. Celebrate Good Times. Come on.
Who's thinking?
I have no idea. Captain and Tennille. Jefferson Airship. Is that a band? Is that a real band? Little Wheezy.
Look up there and tell me what it says.
Cool in the Gang.
Good Lord, how do you not know this?
I was going to say Lil Drizzy.
Gee Willikers.
Lil
How do you not know Cool in the Gang? Seriously,
I
you know
was
what I want
very
you to
sheltered.
There's a couple things I want you to do. I talked about this to my friends at Starbucks.
You did?
I did. Destiny, my girlfriend.
Oh, you talked to her?
Oh, I talk to her all the time now. Oh, yeah, they're all my friends. And then you have Barbie, and then there's a new guy who's really muscular, and I think he only works there to pick up the chicks. And I think he's hitting on my two ladies.
Uh-oh.
I'm a little angry. But I did mention, they go, hey, how's the radio show? I go, it's going great.
Ever since Pep started doing the Chicago accent,
It's the worst
ratings.
Chicago accent. And then they said, I go, I have a partner, though. He doesn't know anything about music.
None.
Absolutely nothing. I go, I offer $1,000 at least twice a day, and he can never get the artist or the song together.
Never.
Ever. He didn't know Hall & Oates yesterday. What the Hall & Oates is wrong with you?
No.
Wow. Disappointing. Disappointing.
You know, one of these we're gonna have a Pep music episode. Every single song we take in and out of breaks, it's gonna be something that I've hand selected with my bare hands. Like I've selected.
But no one will listen to the show anymore because it's all country. No one will want to hear country.
Or like Star Wars theme music. I don't know.
That's okay. Are you gonna go see the new Deadpool coming out?
No.
You're not gonna see Deadpool?
Oh, and the Stones.
Everybody knows the Stones.
Everyone does. The Beatles of the Big West.
Yeah,
I mean, come on.
But no, you're not going to go see Deadpool. You're Mr. Superhero movies.
I'm not. I like superhero movies. I'm a Star Wars guy, and I'm a Lord of the Rings Hobbit guy.
Am I a jerk if I'm going to spoil it and say Wolverine is in the new Deadpool movie?
Not for me.
Because I don't really care either.
Not for me.
But yeah, Wolverine. Hugh Jackman. Hugh Jackman is in the movie.
Oh, he's like, oh, man. Cohen was like, thanks a lot.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just had to give it away. Hey, if you want to go see Hugh Jackman, ladies, go check out the old Deadpool movie. I don't think I'm going to see it, though. I think I'll watch it on the box. The box.
You're a pirate.
Yeah, because you know
you
what?
Watch things at
I
home.
have a hard time watching superheroes kill people. Don't you? I mean, think about it.
I do. They're supposed to be saving lives.
I read and looked. I read comic books religiously as a kid, and I never once saw Superman kill anybody.
No.
And then when he killed
Defender of Good,
I don't want to see that. I don't want to see Batman or any of those other ding dongs killing people. No killing in my comic book.
The Inland Sports Show is brought to you by Ken Sporting Goods. More than 40 years in the Inland Empire, bringing you all of your sporting gear needs and Letterman's jackets. Ken Sporting Goods, Horsetown, USA, Norco, California. So we were talking about the triplets Remember, because we're talking about the best quarterbacks.
I dated a few triplets.
The running backs,
those kind of triplets.
And the receivers. So we have to circle back to this because there's a sports website. It's not Fox Sports, so I won't say it by name. But they put out their top triplets. And, again, it's the top quarterback, receiver, and running back trio in the NFL as it stands right now. So I know some guys have been moving around. We had the NFL draft. As of right now, the top NFL triplet, I'll just say it, according to CBS Sports, is the Steelers.
Come on!
Big Ben. You've got Le'Veon Bell, the running back, and Antonio Brown, the receiver.
None of those guys are happy.
I know, but I looked at the rest of the list. I think they're right, though.
You're crazy.
I think the Steelers have the best triplet in the NFL.
Okay, how about Jack Skellington, Gurley, and Cooks? What number are they?
See, they're number 3, and that's pretty good.
They're all young guys.
That's number 3. I think they could unseat Pittsburgh as the number 1 triplet in the NFL. Goff, Gurley, and Brandon Cooks. Although we have not seen Brandon Cooks in a Rams uniform yet. He was with the Patriots. But all the hype says he's going to be great.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, Cooks is the guy that number 1 receiver that that they can throw deep, and it will be a deep threat, and that's the one kind of guy that we lost Watkins, right? We lost Watkins.
Sammy Watkins.
We lost him. Brandon Cooks is that guy. I think this is his 3rd team. He's gonna fill in that blank, and he's gonna be great for Jared Goff. Who's number 2, Pep?
So the Steelers are on top. They have the number 1 triplet. The second triplet, the New Orleans Saints, Drew Brees, and then the running back is Alvin Kamara, and then you have Michael Thomas, the receiver. So that's a pretty good triplet. I'm not terribly impressed. I wouldn't put them at number 2, but they're still pretty good. At number 3, you've got the Rams. In fact, I think I would put the Rams ahead of the Saints.
Well,
wouldn't you?
I would put a couple teams ahead of the Saints. I probably would go with the Chargers as well because you got Rivers, Gordon, and Keenan Allen. That's a pretty good triplet, would you say?
I think it's a really good
What
one.
are they?
The Chargers check in at number 7 overall in terms of triplet. So you have the Steelers, the Saints, the Rams. Then the Falcons come in at number 4. They've got a pretty good big 3. Matt Ryan, Devontae Freeman, the running back, Julio Jones.
That's a good one.
The Vikings are at number 5. I would probably put the Chargers ahead of the Vikings. The Vikings have Kirk Cousins now, Melvin Gordon. I'm sorry, Kirk Cousins. I'm looking at the next list. Dalvin Cook, the running back, and the receiver Adam Thielen. But I'd put the Chargers, Rivers, Melvin Gordon, and Keenan Allen ahead of the Vikings.
And how come we have not mentioned the good old boys, the everyone's favorite, America's team, not the Cowboys, but the Patriots, Brady?
Well, see, that's the beauty of Tom Brady and the Patriots. Tom Brady is so good, even at 40 years old, that he takes a running back. They list the starting running back for New England as James White.
Never heard of him.
I've never heard of James White. The receiver is Julian Edelman. Don't get me wrong. Julian Edelman is a good NFL receiver. But is he a star? Nah.
No, he's a 15-yard receiver. He's a mini tight end.
Yes.
Would you say that? Would you agree? He's over the middle, mini tight end.
I would agree with that.
Okay.
So they have the Patriots at number 12. If you're a Raider fan, and I know you are, they come all the way at number 19. I think the Raiders were slighted in this rankings. I think they should be in the top 10 at least.
Holy cow.
So their big 3, the big 3 of the silver and black, quarterback Derek Carr, running back Marshawn Lynch, and receiver Amari Cooper.
I don't know if Marshawn Lynch is that guy anymore.
Yeah, outside of I think Marshawn Lynch is bringing down their ranking. If they had a new, legit, fresh, young running back, I think the Raiders would be in the top 10.
I mean, they've got to do something because Marshawn Lynch is not an every down back anymore.
No.
Not anymore.
He came on strong a little bit at the end of last year, but he's not one of these guys that's a threat to pop off for 150 yards in a game. That's just not who he is anymore. If the Raiders had a young stud running the rock, I think their triplet, their big 3 of Carr, Cooper, and whoever the running back would be inside the top 10, maybe even like a top 5 NFL offense, top 3 triplets.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking right now at their roster. They have Doug Martin,
the muscle hamster,
Henry Pogge out of Michigan.
Pogge.
He's a pog Pogge. And Jalen Richard, Chris Warren, and DeAndre Washington. None of those guys stand out. If Keith
Nobody
Smith
gets me excited.
Nobody. Keith Smith,
I don't think anyone in Colton right now is going, yeah, man, that's a good one.
Well, maybe. Just maybe. They'll find somebody, pick somebody up.
Hey, Sharice Wright used to run the football at Colton High School.
Move old Sharice Wright.
Sharice Wright to running back. Let's start it right now on the show. Sharice Wright running the rock.
Yeah, Henry Pogge is their rookie running back out of Michigan.
Are you making that up?
No. Poggi. Pogge or Pogge. Does it really matter?
No.
He's probably not going to play. He's a rookie.
No.
But undrafted. Pogge.
So if you would pick your top triplet, Jeff, would it be anyone other than Pittsburgh? Because right now, I mean, after looking at the list, I'm like, you know what? I think they got it right. I think the Steelers do have the best big three, the best triplet. Big Ben, Le'Veon Bell, and Antonio Brown.
Yeah, I think Bell and Brown are definitely number one. I just don't know if Big Ben is still in number one.
My caveat, though, is the Rams. If Brandon Cooks pops off like we think he's going to pop off, I think the Rams could have the number one triplet, and they could be good for a long time because they're young.
Yeah, I mean, you look at their 1 and 2, you look at their Goff and Gurley. I think a quarterback, running back, they're the it thing. You know, there's a small sample size still out on Goff. He played a great year last year. Teams are going to scout him and really work on stopping him. But physically, mentally, he's shown that he can be a star in the NFL. But yeah, I would go Goff and Gurley, the 2-1-2 punch. Like I said, the question mark is Brandon Cooks.
And I think he's going to be good.
Yeah, I would put the Rams second, even with Brandon Cooks unknown.
All right, we come back here on the Inland Sports Show. We're going to have the Norco High School softball team live in studio. They are the number one seeded team in the CIF Southern Section Division I playoffs.
That puts them as number one in the world.
They have the number one program in the entire country. That's how good they are.
If it's number one in the country, who else plays softball? The Australians?
Nope.
They don't play like the United States.
Nobody plays softball like us.
Canada?
Kidding me?
No. So, yeah. So, this team that's coming in is the number one ranked team in the entire world.
The Galaxy.
The Galaxy.
When Thanos snaps his fingers, they're still around. That's how good they are.
Yeah, they better not disappear. They don't turn to ash. But, yeah, the best team in the world is going to be here in a second.
We'll be back. It's the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM.
back to the Inland Sports Show. Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
I want to know who my representing here tonight.
Welcome back to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. This segment is always proudly brought to you by Catalano Motors in Corona off of Temescal Canyon Road, where you can buy, trade, and finance. Make sure you save thousands of dollars when you ask for the weekly special. CatalanoCars.com is the website. Catalano Motors in Corona off of Temescal Canyon Road. In fact, I got my Catalano Cars polo shirt on today. Welcome back live into the studio on the Inland Sports Show every single day from 3 to 6 p.m. on Fox Sports Radio. So the softball playoffs started yesterday, but these gals, and of course Coach Robinson, are so good they didn't have to play yesterday. They're going to play next week. They are the #1 seed in all of Division I and probably all of the Galaxy. It's the Norco High School Cougars in the house. Coach Robinson, let me just go to you first. Year in, year out, you guys have great softball teams. It's a program. It's not a flash in the pan. It's not 1 year. It's year after year. What's in the water in Horsetown, USA? It feels like softball town, USA. What are you guys doing out there?
Well, the great players just keep coming into the program.
Get right on top of the mic. There you go. I'm super loud. I apologize.
The great players just keep coming. I mean, we've had them since we started, but, this is just another example. These 5 of the great players that have come into the program, and they just do a great job for us.
Who do you have in studio with us today?
We have, at the end over here, Kinsey Hansen, Bianca Gonzalez, Tony Camarillo, Sierra Marshall, and Lexi Quintero.
So you guys have basically an off week?
We did.
Kind of. I mean, you guys were practicing, obviously, right? But it was an off week.
Well, we finished practice there a little before 4 and drove out.
I was saying, you guys literally just walked off the practice field, right? I could tell over here. So when you have a week off, Coach, how do you navigate a week like that? As knowing you're the #1 seed, you have a first-round bye, but you got to keep these gals dialed in, right, and focused.
That was difficult. It was trying to find a way to, get the practice and the work in without, burning them out of a full week of practice at this time of the year. I would have personally rather played yesterday.
Just to keep it going, right? Just keep the juices going, getting the routine of having a game each week.
We were actually playing our best ball the last round of league, so we would have liked to keep going, but you get 13 days off now. But I have no doubt they'll be able to find it.
That's right. Whether you have it or not, you try to find a positive somewhere. And it's like a lot of high school football coaches, they have a bye right before league. And if you're playing hot, they're like, man, we don't want the bye. We just want to keep going. We're doing things really well. And if you're all banged up and not playing well, the bye is a great thing. So I guess it just depends maybe on the situation.
Absolutely.
Let me go to Kinsey over here in the corner. We'll just go left to right here. We got Norco High School softball on the show, the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. This is the team that went to the finals last year. Norco High School. I mean, how important is it to get this team back in that championship game?
I think we're just coming back with a vengeance. Last year we walked off the field, and I don't want to say it sad, but it was kind of disappointing.
Yeah.
Because we were looking towards the championship and walking off with another ring. Well, I don't have. They get another one. I don't. So I'm looking to get my
first
my first one this year.
Help her out. Come on.
So I think we're just returning with a vengeance this year.
I think even on the Norco softball Twitter account, it says unfinished business, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let me just keep going down the line. Unfinished business. What does that mean to you? Is that the championship ring? Because you guys made it to the finals.
Yes, that's basically what it means, is that we didn't win the last game. That's the only reason why we worked so hard and we played towards that is to win that last game. It doesn't matter anything that happens before, but win those last 5 games.
Now, I look at the brackets and I see Los Alamitos on the other side again. Do you guys want a rematch with Los Alamitos? Would you like to see them in a title game? I know we're not trying to put bulletin board material out there, but it would be kind of nice, right, to see that team again in the finals. Let me just keep going. Was it Tony? Yes. Let me go to Tony over here. I mean, it's always nice, right? I mean, you guys are having a great season. You're #1 in Division I. And if you could see Los Alamitos in the finals in Irvine again, that'd be pretty nice too, right?
Yeah, that'd be nice. But I just want to play the best of the best. That's why we're here. That's why we're in this league, Southern California. That's why we're doing it.
Because even in Division I, those first round games are tough. I know you guys didn't play because
anyone can come on a different day. Anything can happen.
You're right. There's so many good teams. If you can win a Division I title in the Southern section, you're like the best in the galaxy. You guys watch Infinity War?
Yeah.
Okay, we were joking. Even Thanos could snap his fingers and you guys would still all be around. That's how good you guys are this year. We're talking Norco High School softball here on the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. Sierra, let me ask you about this season. When you win a lot, I was asking Coach about this. Is it hard to stay dialed in when you consistently win? Like, how do you guys continue to motivate yourself? Do you guys do anything like at practice or off the field to, keep the team together, stay dialed in, stay focused?
I think it's just our main goal is to win CIF, so that's what keeps us motivated. Like, we don't want to go out like we did last year, losing the last game. Our motivation is winning the last game, and that's how we keep winning.
Do you guys think about that game very much, or do you try to put it in the rearview mirror and say, forget about it?
We think about that game a lot.
As motivation?
Yes.
And, Coach, you have motivating shirts, I guess, for the team?
Well, we're thinking about making them. One of our coaches, her inspirational speech, a lot of people around high school softball know Beth.
Well known.
And she basically, her inspirational speech before a game is, don't suck, don't embarrass me. So we're going to put that on a T-shirt.
That'll work, right?
She's been wanting that T-shirt for a few years. And then, win the last game of the season, then we can get the T-shirts we didn't suck.
You got to, right? The big payoff at the end, right? Forget the CIF rings. I want the T-shirt, right?
I think they want both.
Yeah.
Let me go down here at the end. The littlest member of the group.
That's me.
When you look at this team, is it different? Were you on the team last year?
Yes.
Because was it Kinsey was the only one that wasn't? You guys all have a ring in the past? Or no, you were on the team last year, but you don't have a ring.
Yeah, they
Correct?
got it their freshman year.
Called up to varsity, were part of the team. Oh, big time. This is the real deal. But you don't have the ring.
I came in
You're
after.
I got a feeling you're gonna get one this year. How is this team maybe different from last year's team, or is it maybe very similar?
Honestly, this year we have great chemistry. Last year we had some players that just made things a little difficult, and this year we meshed really well together. We're all really good friends. We all hang out at school. Like, we have great team chemistry, so it's very easy for us to just pick each other up and have that kind of friendship mentality.
We got the Norco Cougars here, the Division I top seed for the CIF Southern Section playoffs. Coach, I'm married. I have 2 daughters. I know what it's like to have a bunch of ladies around. As a male head coach, I mean, how is it challenging? Is it fun? How would you describe it, trying to keep everyone going in the same direction towards the same goal and winning that CIF championship?
It can be difficult, but we weren't going the same direction about 3 weeks ago. So Dave and I got kicked out of a meeting, and Beth handled it on her own. I still don't know what happened in that meeting.
Sometimes you need a lady's voice, right?
I actually think in many ways they're probably much more afraid of her than they are me or Dave.
Yeah, they're all nodding. Yeah, that's pretty much true. That's pretty much true.
So it's a good combination. I mean, Beth will tell them. I mean, she's played at the levels they want to play. So, it's a good mix. If there's ever a problem, Dave and I walk away and let Beth handle it.
So, you've got a great team, and you've been successful all season long. And obviously, these gals, when you enter the Norco program, you know what you're getting yourself into, right? Like, this is a team that's going to challenge for championships every single year. Kinsey, I'll go back to you. I mean, what's it like? I mean, even a simple T-shirt like this, having Norco across it, I mean, that carries a lot of weight when you play on the Norco softball team around the Inland Empire. I mean, what's that like?
When we first started playing this year, we kind of played like without energy, as if like our jersey and the name on our jersey was going to win for us. So I think it plays a big role, but at the same time, we still have to play just as hard and play to our level instead of stooping down to the team that we're playing, and just play as hard as we can no matter the opponent.
So, again, whether you're playing Los Alamitos or some school from Nevada that you've never heard from, you got to play the same game every single day. Let me ask you, what were some of the tournaments like? I mean, because tournaments are a good time to, I guess, bond, right? Get to know each other. I mean, obviously you guys have been around for each other for a while now. But what are the tournaments like in terms of just having the team gel together early in the season?
Well, it plays a big role in not only preparing us for our final 5 games, but also just getting to understand each other's role and just become closer as a team. Like, just get to know each other better, especially if you're a freshman coming in. It helps people bond and get used to it.
Do you guys look at the brackets much? Like, you say, oh, if this team wins, this team's going to be here and we're going to be there. Is it, hey, you know what? Whoever shows up, right? Just roll the ball out and go for it. Coach, let me ask you. So 2012, I asked you off air. That was the team that was, what, state champ, national champion, ESPN came out. Like, it was a whole to-do, right? Does this team feel kind of like that team? I mean, the players on this team, the chemistry, what they've done this season.
Absolutely. This team has everything that team had. They just need to finish the business, get it done. And I think they're very focused to do that. And who knows? We'll see where the chips fall. The only thing we can control is the CIF title. The national and the state titles, that's someone's. So if we say it's to finish the 5 games, we got the first one by not having to play it. But so the next 4, if they, if and when they go win those, we can then, then we'll see what happens with the national titles. That they're just as good as that 2000.
Tony, right? I'm trying to remember all the names. Tony. So when you have a week like this, what was it, 13 days? Was it really 13 days to get ready for the first game? 13 days. Are practices like more tense? Or are they more like relaxed? Like, hey, we got 13 days, or it's like, you know what? Oh my gosh, this is it. We gotta, whatever wasn't working, whatever we need to clean up, like, this is it. This is the time.
I mean, we all kind of do the same things. So we are still always focused, still going to get better. And so nothing really changes. Like, nothing really changes.
Business as usual,
Business
right?
as usual. We're trying to get better. So, like, that changes. We're not so, like, used to being consistent. We're just trying to get there where we're supposed to go. So she has.
Beth's been on a roll. Really? She's been in rare form.
I don't know about rare.
her usual, I guess.
More intense for sure.
Sierra, let me go back to you. Man, this is a special group. Obviously, you guys went to the championship game last year. What was it, 3-1? 3-1 against Los Alamitos in that championship game for the Division I title. Not that you want to have a redo, but what are some of the things that you learned going to the finals last year that you can take away and use this season?
I think we kind of went to the game thinking that we were going to win, but I think we need to go there and, like, play the team, whatever team, like, we're going to win. We're going to win no matter what, so.
It's hard to have, like, a chip on your shoulder or play the role of underdog when you're always the best, and you're the number 1 seed. I mean, you know what I mean, Coach? Like, you always have the target on your back. You always consistently do.
I think that was one of the things we had to teach them was it's how big it is for other teams to beat them.
Yes.
This group of seniors is 110-18 in this year. So they're used to winning.
Unbelievable.
And they're 57-4 in their last 2 years.
So they're not used to losing.
They're not used to losing.
How important is it to keep the tradition going? You don't want to be the Norco team that, like, they lost in the first round or the second round or whatever. Like, always it seems like Norco's in that championship game. I mean, right? You don't want to be that class that year. Be like, oh man, yeah, we stubbed our toe in the against was it Santa Margarita or whatever.
Right. Yeah, it's tough. I mean, you just want to keep going, but you just prepare and you treat every opponent like they're the best team in the country. The old Lou Holtz method.
Yeah, you got to, right?
You got to. You got to respect every opponent because the minute you don't, you're out of it.
I mean, because I think Grand Terrace is out, Riverside Poly's out, Santiago's out. Like, this is no joke. I mean, Division I's for real. I think for Division I, at least in the IE, Great Oak's still around, Marina Mesa, yeah.
Really, the way they've done Division I now is once you have the first round gone, it's almost like the open division of basketball.
Yes, you're exactly right. That's a fair comparison, and again, if you win the Southern Section D1 title, you're probably going to be the national, the state champ, the national champ, all those kind of mythical titles that they give you at the end. Yeah, for sure. Well, ladies, best of luck. Thank you for coming down. We appreciate it. Even in your practice gear, you look great. Hey, Coach, it's always good to see you as well. And hopefully practice. You have one more because you play on Tuesday, right?
We'll actually practice tomorrow morning.
Oh, you practice tomorrow morning as well?
Up at 7:30.
Oh, man. You can't even sleep in on a Saturday?
The grind never stops. Grind never stops.
And Beth will be in rare form?
Of course. Yep. And then a Monday practice.
Oh, awesome. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it. That's the Norco High School softball team here on the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. When we come back, we're going to dig deep on the NBA Combine. What do the Lakers need? What do the Clippers need? We also have Mike Lindskog, the voice of the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. It's Cody Bellinger bobblehead night. He's going to break that down as well. We'll be back. It's your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM. And another big thanks to the Norco High School softball team for joining us live on the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM every single day from 3 to 6 p.m. This segment is brought to you by our good friends at Spoiled Quick Quality Oil Change. In fact, I was spoiling myself all morning long, hanging out there, passing out flowers, eating mints, shaking hands.
You were just doing that?
Yep.
Did you get your oil changed, or were you just going over shaking
No, I did
hands?
that too. I did that too. I was just hanging out.
Oh, okay.
Paying it forward.
Hey, it's Friday, Pep.
It is Friday. We love you, Spoiled, off of Alessandro Boulevard. Quick quality oil change. Is that a news flash? It's Friday!
Oh, it's 5
Jeff
o'clock.
just wants to get to the weekend.
Oh, gosh. I got a long day ahead of me still, buddy. Still.
Well, not as long as this guy, because he's going to be up all night long calling Quakes baseball as we go back to the Spoiled Quick Quality Oil Change Celebrity Hotline, fresh from Stockton. It's the voice of the Quakes, the great Mike Lindskog. Mike, how are you today?
Good. I've never been accused of being fresh from Stockton, though. I don't know if that's offensive or if that's a compliment.
Now, yesterday on the show, and you can tell me if this was correct or not, I said you were driving the bus down the 5 freeway to get back to Rancho Cucamonga. Is that not correct?
Yeah, I was on the bus last night. It was a long bus ride. I'm glad to be back home. We survived, and we're glad to be home, no doubt.
Now, Mike, in your years and years and years of covering baseball, when you first
started, far now.
Okay, we'll go just a couple months ago. Whenever you started, did you ever have to do things like drive a bus or dress up like the mascot or do any of those things, breaking into the business?
I mean, we've all been in the mascot suit working in this industry. I haven't been in the mascot suit for a while. Even my wife has been in the mascot suit, so it's a family thing for sure. That's no joke. That's the God's honest truth.
Hey, was it Trimmer?
It's just something that we do for sure. I mean, we all wear a lot of hats around here. We've talked about that before, but yeah, not uncommon to find yourself doing something to make it all happen at the end of the day, and if that means jumping in the mascot suit. I've never driven the bus, though. I don't feel I'm qualified to do that. That's a serious job.
Well, hey, you and I are alike. My wife's been in a couple mascot suits, but it wasn't at the ball game.
Don't touch that one, Mike. Leave that one alone.
Oh,
walk away from that one, Mike.
Low-hanging
I got a good
fruit.
radar for that. I'm letting it go.
Well, the Quakes are back in town. They're taking on the Storm, and it's Cody Bellinger bobblehead night. And Mike, this is a series, right? Is it like back-to-back Friday nights of bobbleheads?
Yeah, we've already done number one. That was Corey Seager, and now we're hooking up the back-to-back portion of it with Cody Bellinger. Of course, the Dodgers have had such a rich tradition of rookies of the year. They had 4 in a row at one point. None of those guys, of course, ever played for the Quakes. But we've been lucky enough to provide them with some pretty good players over the years. And Corey Seager, of course, out for the year, which stinks. But Cody Bellinger bobblehead tonight, courtesy of San Manuel Casino. And we've, normally these types of games, as we approach, the 7 o'clock hour, start to get sold out. But we're actually sitting on a lot of nice tickets right now. So for fans that are looking to come out to the ball game tonight, we're ready to have you. We got tickets available.
Hey, Mike, I was going to ask you. So, you guys have great promotions out there with the Quakes, and we had a Star Wars night recently, last Saturday. Is it like the perfect storm when you already have a huge selling night like Star Wars night, and then you have Dodgers like Justin Turner and Logan Forsythe both in the lineup as well? I mean, like you couldn't get any better than that.
No. When you got Darth Vader and Justin Turner and Logan Forsythe, I mean that's the trifecta right there. So yeah, we hit a home run last week with the Rehabbers, and then of course Star Wars night, which is always a huge hit. We've had a lot of success. The cool thing about that, quite honestly, every year we not only do Star Wars night, but we do Star Wars jerseys. And Safeco Insurance has been a partner of ours, and they donate the proceeds of those jerseys to Alzheimer's Greater Los Angeles. And so, every year we raise, a fair amount of money and whatnot with the jersey sales. Well, this year, obviously, with Justin Turner and Logan Forsythe, they're commanding what's known as a pretty penny for those jerseys. And so we raised even more money than we've been accustomed to in years past, courtesy of those Dodger guys. And so, Alzheimer's Greater Los Angeles, great organization doing doing a lot of good things for some folks in the community. They're just elated with the results of that, and obviously we have the Dodgers and JT and Logan support side to thank for that. So pretty cool.
Yeah, that's really cool. You guys can have some fun at the ballpark, have some fun with Star Wars, wear really cool, unique jerseys, and also be able to, a chance to give back. And especially, JT's in the house, so Forsyth in the house, which kind of, like you said, it's going to up the price a little bit.
Yeah. The people know they get it. They're bidding for them, and they're writing them off as tax write-offs, and that's cool. That's it's a way to give and receive a little help on the back end there as well. And with JT here last week, I mean, his jersey went for a lot of dough. And again, it's all going to Alzheimer's Barrier Los Angeles, so we couldn't be more happy about that.
So for tonight, for the Cody Bellinger bobblehead, it's the first 1,500 fans. Is that correct, Mike?
That's correct.
So
not for you and Jeff. Not 1,502. It's 1,500. You got to be here, fellas. Got to be here.
Hey, Mike. So we saw Yasiel Puig. It was very brief, but we saw him in Quakes uniform. Of course, Justin Turner and Logan Forsythe. Who could be next? Could we see Kershaw? Who could be the next Dodger in line we see out there at Lone Mart Field?
Well, we obviously keep our eyes peeled for that sort of thing, and with Kershaw's situation like it is, I mean, we're hopeful that we can be here for him if and when that time arrives. But again, we're just kind of sitting here waiting for the good word. Normally, as I've suggested before, normally it comes down from Doc. A couple of days in advance, sometimes day before, where he'll say, hey, Kershaw's going to go on a rehab assignment this weekend, and then, 2 or 3 days later, they'll say, hey, he's going to throw in Rancho or for Rancho or whatever the case may be. So, we're all eyes on Kershaw at this stage of the game. We obviously want him to get healthy and get back to the big league level ASAP, but if he's going to make a stop here, we'll certainly be ready for him.
Mike, who's going to be the next bobblehead of this current ball club? You've got a couple long ball hitters. You've got Connor Wong's got 9 home runs along with Ryland Bannon. Tell us a little bit about some of these younger guys that have a shot to maybe jump up a little bit this year.
I don't see anybody being like a Walker Buehler like last year in that, they start the year in Rancho and they're just so supremely talented that they're, going to end up in the big leagues, on the 40-man by September. I just don't see that that's going to be the case this year. I think we've got a lot of good young players, but heavy emphasis on the word young, meaning inexperienced and just not quite ready to anywhere near make an immediate impact. With Walker Buehler, and again, not to be Babe Ruth here and call the shot, but I was saying things like on the radio last year, this kid is talented enough to where it wouldn't stun me to see him on the 40-man roster as a September call-up, and certainly that's what happened. But again, that's not because I have a keen eye for talent by any means. It's just because it was obvious. I mean, the kid was blowing people away. A couple of years ago, regarding Andrew Tolles, for instance, now that one very much surprised me. That kid just hit his way out of A-ball. The kid hit his way out of double-A ball. The kid hit his way out of triple-A ball. And even when he got to the big leagues, he very much surprised people there. So that was one that, we're rooting for sure, but certainly wasn't as obvious as Walker Buehler. So in saying that, got a lot of really good young kids on this club. But again, guys like Jaron Kendall, first-round draft pick, hasn't really figured out California League pitching just yet. Gavin Lux, another former first-round pick, and what is he, just 20 years old. He has made the adjustment here just recently, and he's been one of our hottest players. He's going to be a shoe-in to the California League All-Star game here in another month. But is he going to be, on the big league roster before September? I would say, respectfully, no chance.
Well, Mike, we always appreciate the time. You are fresh from Stockton back home at Lone Mart Field. It's Cody Bellinger bobblehead night out there. Let's pack that place and get yourself a bobblehead as well. The game obviously will be right here on Fox Sports, IE 1350 AM with Mike Skog.
Skogginator.
How many nicknames do you have, Mike? Like Skogalicious, Skogginator, Skog Dog.
Well, I think I just heard 5 right there that I may have never heard before in my life, except for when I take these phone calls. So, yeah, all my close friends call me Skoggy Skog, for sure. You nailed it right there on the head there.
Oh, it's what we do. Hey, Mike, have a great game tonight, brother. We appreciate it.
Absolutely, fellas. Thanks for having me on. We'll see you all down here at the ballpark tonight. Go Quakes.
All right, thanks, Mike. All right, that's Mike Lindskog, the voice of the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes right here on Fox Sports, IE 1350 AM.
Hey, we got something in common.
What's that?
His wife dresses up. My
Like a
wife
mascot.
Yeah, my wife does it. And I love it. I love it when she dresses up like
Jeff,
Princess
you have a
Leia.
knack. You have a knack of just making it weird all of a sudden. You know, like we're all uncomfortable. It's a bunch of guys in the studio.
Slave.
We're like, oh, it got
Hey,
weird.
You got Slave Leia. You got Slave Smetty. Smetty looks great in that Princess Leia slave costume. Oh, and then when she dresses up like
weird.
She dresses up like Philly the Fanatic. Oh, man, there's nothing better. Smoking hot.
The Philly Fanatic. That's,
she looks amazing.
What, Mr. Met?
Oh no, but you know she does look quite. She looks great as the Ohio State Buckeye, which is
Brutus.
Brutus. Oh, she's an amazing Brutus.
Brutus the Buckeye.
She takes off the head and she looks like Freddy Krueger. Have you noticed that? Brutus, have you ever noticed that? She's got the Freddy Krueger sweater. Oh yeah, she mixes and matches those heads. She's perfect.
Wonderful.
Beautiful. I bet Skog's wife's beautiful. Dressed up like what's the
I don't know if it's Trimmer. Maybe it was a stop. He's been several places, so maybe it was a stop before his baseball career.
I'm gonna hope it was Trimmer.
We're gonna ask him. We're gonna have to revisit this conversation. When we come back here on the Inland Sports Show, we got lots of the good stuff. An update on U of R baseball, UC Riverside softball, CBU women's golf, plus Major League Baseball scores going on right now. It's your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM.
We focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. We just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. You come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
Thank God, first of all. I thank the great people that I've got around me that help support me, the people that work for me. As I started, if it wasn't for the people around me, we probably wouldn't be here right now, but I've got a great staff. I've got great people that do stuff for us outside the store, and we've been very, very fortunate. Our service is impeccable, and we just keep trying to get better every year. We can do online stuff for your teams, as well as, like I said, the screen printing, the embroidery. We also have 3 women that do extra sewing for us, like tackle tool on uniforms, or the bling or rhinestones for different shirts for the ladies. That's why we have certain racks just for certain schools, and the fun about that is that it turns into other schools that may come in here that aren't as close, that we can do stuff for them as well. We've had very, very good customers throughout the years, and it's just been a blast.
We're a small family-owned, strive for quality pre-owned vehicles. We're not a volume dealer, and we take every deal as personal to us. We're a low-stress environment. We're not a pressure sales house. If you want to shop us, you're more than welcome to shop us. We have, like I said, great rates, competitive financing, a lot of one-owner, clean Carfax, clean title vehicles. As you see, we have Carfax everywhere. That's most important to us, to educate our customers before they make a purchase. We're right off of Ontario, right off a couple exits off the 15 freeway, off Cajelco, off El Cerrito, and we're right on the main drag going into Dos Logos and the Crossings. We have great financing, we have great lenders that we're using. We do buy, sell, trade, cash for your car. Whatever we need to do to help accommodate the customer, that's what we're here for. We have a little bit of everything. We start at about $69.95 and go all the way up to $100,000. We have Escalades, we have commuters, we have pickup trucks, we have Jeeps, sport utilities, and if we don't have it, our specialty is finding you exactly what you're looking for.
Now we're talking. Welcome back to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM, brought to you by Ken Sporting Goods. More than 40 years. Man, that's a long time, because they're holding it down for all the IE. Taking care of your sporting gear needs, plus Letterman's jackets, embroidery, screen printing, team sales. Got a big order? No problem. They'll hook it all the way up, give you a great deal at Ken Sporting Goods. Out there in Norco, go to their website, kensportinggoods.com. Jeff, we got lots of scores to get to here. In fact, if you're tweeting us the scores, make sure you're hitting us up here at Inland_sports. A couple to pass along. And the big one, UC Riverside Softball has defeated UNLV by a score of 7-1. It has just gone final. So the Highlanders are your West Regional champions in the National Softball Invitational Tournament. So they will go to the national championship tournament. Unbelievable. Big win today.
They will be representing the West region as they're going to go and win their own national championship of the National Invitational Tournament.
Awesome. Remember we talked to Coach Palmer on the Riverside TV show, the UCR Coaches Show, and she said that they had a small chance to make it to a postseason tournament. And if they did, now it's not the NCAA tournament, but it's close. If they could just get to a postseason tournament, she really liked this team. And look, 3 wins in a row. They just blew through Nevada. They blew through UNLV twice, 7-1. Taylor Misfelt deserves a statue at UC Riverside. She's a stud.
That.
We're going to get her in studio.
Yes, we are.
She's a stud. So now they go to the national tournament, 7-1 against the Runnin' Rebels. Another score, I'm going to pop it up on the screen right now if you're watching live on the channel. Corona High School has defeated Redlands East Valley in the CIF Southern Section Division I playoffs. Final score, Panthers 8, Wildcats 3. Corona will host Orange Lutheran on Tuesday.
Ooh.
Heavyweight fight going down in the Circle City on Tuesday.
The Trinity League.
Woo. Big win for Corona, 8-3 against Rev. Remember they had 7 runs in the first inning.
That's right.
That'll do it.
Yes, it will.
Get a big lead and never look back. So keep your scores coming to us at Inland_Sports on Twitter. We'd love to punch them up on the screen and talk about them right here on the show. We're going to have a very special guest coming up in about 5 minutes. But a couple other things we want to get to real quick. Again, the Dodgers have been postponed. They were supposed to play in Washington tonight. Postponed. It's rainy. It's windy. It's a mess out there in the nation's capital. Not even talking about the weather. It's a mess out there. And they're not going to play today. They're going to play 2 tomorrow. They're going to do the old double dip. 2 scoops tomorrow between the Dodgers and the Nationals. So that means Greg Holl is going to be here inside the Inland Sports Show studio from 10 a.m. until the sun sets and maybe even farther beyond that. Just him, a pizza, and Creed's greatest hits. That's it. Just hit and Dodgers all day long. So the Dodgers will play 2 against the Washington Nationals tomorrow. Local baseball, Cal Baptist will take on UC San Diego tonight. That's at the West Regional in Division II at APU. CBU with a big 15-inning win against APU yesterday. So they will take on UC San Diego tonight. UC San Diego, the Tritons, are the defending West Regional champions. In fact, they made it all the way to the national championship game, but they lost. They lost in the finals, but they're that good. UC San Diego beat Point Loma last night, 22-3. And that game did not finish until 12:38 in the morning.
Who plays that late? Nobody.
It was so late that Greg Holl had to move on to Nickelback. He played all the Creed songs he could find, and he went straight to Nickelback. That's how long it was.
Nickelback.
It was pretty bad.
That's horrible.
It was really bad. So best of luck to CBU tonight against UC San Diego. The U of R in the Division III National Tournament taking on a very familiar foe, Chapman, one of their conference rivals, the team that won the SCIAC, and they lost. I mean, it breaks my heart like Nickelback breaks my heart. 6-5, the Bulldogs are out. They lost today. It's all over. This is how you remind me, Bulldogs, of how bad. I came in today, Jeff, not in a good mood. Mad, I was angry. U of R lost. I mean, UCR softball won, so I feel a little better.
Yeah, I came
I'm just
in
mad.
a great mood. Now I'm angry. I've been angry. I've been slowly filling up with salt.
Greg's like, that's enough. I can't take any more Nickelback.
Could you have named that song?
That was Nickelback.
But would you have known it? If I would have asked you for a $1,000 bet, would you have known that? Honestly.
Yes.
You are the worst human being in the world.
Yeah.
How do you know that?
The Crystal Skulls. Have you seen that movie? The Indiana Jones movie yet? The Crystal Skulls. It's the last one they did.
I had to ruminate on that all night last night.
Did you really stew?
I was stewing.
On that one?
That is the worst. And then what was your second favorite?
Temple of Doom.
No, that wasn't good either.
Yeah, that was good. Where the guy reached in and pulled his heart out. Wasn't it that one?
That's the one. Good part of the movie.
That's the one. That's the one.
That's one with Short Round.
They're eating monkey brains.
Oh yeah,
that's the one.
Yeah, cool.
See,
yeah,
coming around.
The
You're
Crystal
coming around.
Skull, though,
You're gonna come around on the Crystal Skulls.
I will never see the Crystal Skull
with the
again.
aliens.
No, it's terrible.
Aliens.
Terrible movie. There was monkeys chasing them. That's all I can say is monkey.
Cal Baptist women's golf. They were on the links today. They're having a great national tournament. The first time ever that the Lancers have made it to the NCAA national tournament. And after 3 of the 4 rounds, CBU, the women, are in 5th place, 34 over par. University of Indianapolis, they're running away with it. They're really good. They're at 3 over, so they're 31 shots better than CBU's in 5th place. You know this song, $1,000.
I don't.
Yeah, it's one of the boy bands. It's I'm not gonna look. It's Backstreet. Is it Backstreet? It's not. It's not. Is it NSYNC? They all sound the same.
Dude, what is wrong with you?
What do you mean?
How would you even?
I don't know these guys.
You knew their names. I wouldn't have guessed any of that.
But
I'm much cooler than
they're
both
good guys.
No, I'm really worried about you.
All right,
who's calling?
We've got to go to the spoiled, quick, quality, kind of a celebrity hotline.
Stop it! He's not a celebrity.
He's not?
No, he's not a celebrity. Hey, let's just say
Saber Dog.
Let's just say
It's
he is,
Ace.
Hey, let's just say he is the ace of the Saber Dog organization.
So true or false? We got Cullen Holt on the line, the voice of the, is it Cirrus Valley?
The Minot Bulldog. What are they? Minot.
Cullen, what's your team name again?
Thundercats.
Hey, first off, I just want to bring you guys greetings from the Magic City here in Minot.
Is that what they
That's
call
it's
it?
called.
Is that really, they call Minot the
it's
Magic
Cirrus Valley.
City?
The Magic City. It sprang up overnight.
So is it the Minot Thundercats? Might not make it Thundercats? What is the nickname that you are calling this year up in lovely
Cirrus Valley Saber Dogs. And before we talk Saber Dogs anymore, I'd like to register an official complaint.
Uh-oh.
Last night, I'm over here 2 hours ahead of you guys. I'm trying to watch the CBU baseball game, and it just kept going on and on and on and on. And then the UCSD game afterwards didn't finish until this morning.
Oh, we already broke that news there, buddy.
Yeah, you're
Well, I know
you're
you
living
broke
in
news,
the
but I'd like to complain. I mean, who do I talk to? Gary Adcock?
Yes.
You know what? Complain to your people up in Minot. The people that actually care.
The land of gluten.
The land of gluten and the Magic City.
Do you guys eat like pasta and bread all the time? Is it like gluten at every meal?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So how is it going, my man Cullen? How's the life up in North
As the
Dakota?
voice of the Saber Dogs baseball team.
Hey, I tell you what, I could not be more excited for our home opener on June 1st. And I tell you what, let's bring this local like we always do. Connor Franco from Riverside King High School.
Yeah!
Headed to the Cirrus Valley Saber Dogs.
You guys going to hang out? You're practically like brothers now.
Yeah, pretty much.
Have you met him yet?
No, players don't report till 22nd.
So
He's
what do
headed
you-
to William Jessup University, and he's an infielder for us this summer.
Okay, we don't care about any of that stuff other than I want to know this. What is your living conditions like?
You know, sometimes when Mike Lindskog calls the show,
Yeah,
I
he
think
just
he's
did.
a little bit taken aback by some of the things that Jeff says, just because Jeff is so weird. You know, and I've decided I've got a new policy. If Jeff starts to get weird, I'm just going to hang up.
Yeah.
Hey,
that's a good policy.
What are your living quarters like?
He's going to be hanging up in just a second.
Are you chained to the bed? Are you living in a basement? And has somebody dropped a pail with lotion to you to tell you to make the skin soft?
Let me just say this. The Magic City is beautiful, and the people here are wonderful.
Okay, so would you want me to call 911 is what you're saying? Because it sure sounds like you're masking something. Do you need help?
The safety word is watermelon. If, at any point, if you're like, man, watermelon really sounds good, it'll be our cue to call authorities.
I'll fly out there and save you, little buddy.
Oh, yes, I'm sure you will, Jeff.
Yo, Cullen, this is Greg Holla, and I got to know what up? How are the ladies out there in Magic City?
In the Magic City.
In the Magic City. You know what?
Are there Marianne's?
That's a good question. No, there aren't.
Are they tan or are they translucent?
Well, you know, they literally just finished winter a couple weeks ago. So
Translucent.
No, the indigenous personnel are not.
The indigenous people. Of the Magic
Boy,
City.
you are winning. You are winning over the entire world.
You're
the
saying
indigenous folk.
They haven't shaved their legs. Is that what you're saying?
You better choose your words wisely, young man. You just call them indigenous.
You're not going to get any dates. Is he
I'm
gone?
just going to hang up now.
Oh, I thought he was gone. I thought he really did it.
He didn't say anything. This is radio.
Hey, Colin, so the Saber Dogs tweeted out a bunch of pictures of their mascot, Ace, and I love him. I think he looks awesome. And I thought for sure, I was 100% sure it was you as the mascot, but you're telling me it was not you.
No, Ace is his own separate thing. My official title is broadcast and media intern. And Ace is his own deal. He hangs out. He's a cool guy.
Do the kids love Ace? Like when Ace rolls out, they're like, "Oh my gosh, it's Ace in the Magic City."
Yeah, it's about the coolest thing that happened to Minot.
Hey, didn't he visit a school today?
He visits a school about every day.
So do the kids squeeze him really hard?
I'll have to ask him.
Oh, darn it.
Do you go with him, though? Is it like you and Ace, like a team?
I have been with Ace, yes. Not today, though.
We're not getting anything out of Colin. Nothing good. Nothing good.
Take him to the dog park?
Yeah, take him to the dog park. I just want to know about your living quarters. If you say
he's got like a whole flat. If we were in England, I'd say it's like a flat. He's got like a bedroom and a living room and a bathroom. Like he's got his own place.
He's got it all. What's the closest major league stadium?
Closest major league stadium?
Yeah,
What is it, Target Field for the Twins?
Yeah, I guess. Who knows? You're up there. And
Colin, do you tell all the people you work with at the Saber Dogs that you're from the Inland Sports Show? Like it's a really big deal in California? Like Pep and Jeff, like everyone knows who we are?
That's how I introduce myself.
I'm
Colin.
Colin.
I'm Colin Holt. I'm with the Inland Sports Show.
Of course you do.
Here in the Magic City.
In the Magic City. Colin, we got to run, man, but it's always great hearing from you. We gotta get you back on the line a lot more often because I'm very curious about Ace. I know you're going to end up in that mascot uniform. I got a feeling it's going to happen.
Yeah, we'll see. You guys will be the first to know.
Hey,
breaking news.
Colin, just want to let you know, I love you.
Hey, Jeff, I love you too. If you ever want to take a trip to the Magic City, there is an empty seat in the press box next to me.
Hey!
If you ever want to come hang out, hey.
Wait, hold on real quick. Why do they call it the Magic City? Like there's like more magicians per capita than anywhere else in the world? Like what?
Because as most civilizations progress across the landscape, in Minot, everybody came here on the railroad. So you've got city, Bismarck, Fargo, and then pretty much nothing. And then Minot sprang up pretty much overnight because of the railroad. So magically, there was a city in the middle of nowhere, which is kind of a new phenomenon.
Yeah, whatever.
It was a history lesson. Colin, we got to run. Thanks, brother.
You guys take care.
All right, sweet dreams.
All right, that was Colin Holt, Inland Sports intern, now the voice of is it Souris? Souris Valley Saber Dogs baseball team in North Dakota.
Can we just be honest? It's just a team up in North Dakota somewhere.
It's big time.
Yeah, whatever. It's just a team up there in North Dakota.
It's big time baseball.
In Minot.
And he walks around and says, I know Pep and Jeff. Hey, we'll be back. It's the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports IE 1350 AM.
much, do you?
We're back to the Inland Sports Show. Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
Well, life on the farm is kind of laid back. Ain't much an old country boy like me can't hack. It's early to rise, early in the sack. I thank God I'm a country boy.
Hey, that's right. Welcome back to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM, every single day, 3 to 6 p.m. I don't like large crowds. I don't like stoplights. I don't like drive-thrus. I like the country.
You're a country
You over there,
bumpkin.
Jeff? You got,
I am.
You got,
I'm
you got your cans on. You're. I don't know what you're reading over there, but you're not looking up.
I'm studying,
I don't know
Pep.
I know it's like dinner time. You were looking up waffles. I guess you're just getting hungry.
Yeah.
He's looking up waffles. Jeff's always hungry.
Stop, Pep.
Welcome back to the Inland Sports Show. It's brought to you by Boost Performance Training in Corona with Coach Ray Bass.
People could only see the commercials.
Boost. They're passionate. They're committed. They've got lots of experience. They're grooming great athletes of all levels and all sports. Check them out, boosttrainingsystems.com. They got a great strength and speed class. Check that out. The first one's free, and they're on Twitter and Instagram. Check that out, too. All right, so there's an NBA Combine. We got 6 good minutes here, Jeff. There's an NBA Combine. 6 good, solid minutes. I'll be honest, I didn't know that there was an NBA Combine.
Come on!
So the NFL Combine gets tons of love. It's a TV event. Every event, every drill, every guy's on TV. The NBA Combine, has it been going on for a while? I had no idea.
Years and years and years.
Now, you worked for the Lakers.
I did.
Working guys out. But was that the Combine or was that like private workouts?
No, those are private workouts. So when
who did you work out when you were with the Lakers? Who did you work? This was a couple of years ago. It was Brandon Ingram, right?
Ingram. My favorite was Buddy Heidel.
Buddy Hield.
Buddy Heidel.
Buddy Buckets, Sacramento Kings. America's team.
Who else did I have?
America's team.
I had the other guy for
Good
the
guy.
Lakers that they drafted. That was 2 years. No, I didn't have Randall.
Julius Randle?
No,
No, I think you had
no.
Brandon Ingram. Who else was in that draft class?
I don't know.
But Buddy Hield and I think Brandon Ingram were the two big guys.
Yeah,
the two
Buddy,
big names.
Buddy Heidel was the guy that surprised me. Heidel.
Buddy Hield.
He was my favorite.
Buddy Buckets.
I thought he had
Buddy
one of
Love.
the best workouts I've ever seen. He hit everything, did everything you were supposed to. Great footwork, great jump shot.
Too bad he couldn't still do that. Man.
Where's he playing? He's playing in Sacramento.
He's actually been okay. He's been okay. He's been okay.
I think once he leaves Sacramento, he's gonna be a really good player.
You're awful.
Yeah.
Hey, the NBA Combine's going down in Chicago. Oh, man. Did you say Chicago? Lots of baskets and brats and Kylie Fitz.
That's the worst of all time.
It's going to run through Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
That's just by chance it's in Chicago. Yeah.
Forget it. I'm lost. I still can't remember who the heck I
So
worked out.
the darling of the NBA Combine so far has been, who was it, Grayson Allen from Duke?
Well, he's been the biggest
one of the
surprise,
guys.
but
Yeah.
he's still going to be either the last pick of the first round or he'll be a second round pick. My biggest problem I have with this
You got lots of
Combine
problems.
is this Mo Wagner thing. He's nowhere on anybody's
You
draft.
love Mo Wagner from the Michigan Wolverines.
I think he's going to be a very good professional basketball player.
Like a Dirk Nowitzki type.
I don't know if he'll be that good, but I think he's going to be a serviceable guy. I think he goes in and starts for somebody next year. He's 6'11", can shoot. He's quick enough. He jumps well enough, but he can shoot the jumper almost at 7 feet. Why not?
You saw him in person. He's legit.
But, you look at the top of the list. You got DeAndre Ayton, the center out of Arizona. Very good player. More of a back-to-the-basket type center. Kind of goes to the throwback centers. He wants to be a stretch, but right now he's still in that mode of a back-to-the-basket guy. And then you have Marvin Bagley Jr., I think is the
Out of
best.
Duke.
I think he's the best player in the draft. Think of it this way.
He could be a Sacramento King.
He was only supposed to be a senior in high school this year.
Oh, he was? I didn't know that.
Yes. Remember, he left. He graduated a year
So
early.
is he 18 right now?
He is. I think he just turned 19.
Because you have to be 19,
Yeah, you got to
right?
be 19.
Yeah, so he... Okay.
No, I think he can be 18, but he's played 1 year.
So it's either 19 or 1 year out of high school.
Yes.
Got it.
But he was supposed to, he was from the Southern California area. He was in Arizona his junior or sophomore year. Came out here his junior year, played, and then went to Duke after his junior year.
Was it Sierra Canyon?
Yes.
I'm trying to remember where
yeah.
Sierra Canyon.
I think he's the best NBA player ready right now in the draft. I don't know anything about this Luka Doncic, the guy from Slovenia.
Nobody does.
He's a shooting point guard. It's really tough when you take those guys at the top of the draft because you don't know what you're going to get. You really don't.
Well, let me ask you this. We got 2 minutes left.
Okay.
Lakers and Clippers. What do you think the Lakers need to go after? What do you think the Clippers have to go after? Because I got a hunch on both, too. But you're the basketball expert.
Well, if I'm the Lakers and you don't know what they're going to actually get in the offseason, but if I'm going straight by this draft, if Grayson Allen is available in the second round or Mo Wagner, you go for either of those two guys because you look at them for bench guys because you realize the Lakers are going to get superstars coming in. I think Grayson Allen would be a great sixth man, a guy to come off the bench that can hit jump shots and is athletic enough to guard very athletic guards in the NBA. And then you go, maybe I would say Mo Wagner just because he's a big that can shoot. The Lakers need something out there besides forwards that are just athletic forwards. Brandon Ingram, Julius Randle. They need a guy that can shoot the ball. They need shooters to compete with the Warriors, the Rockets, the Utah Jazzes of the world.
Here's my take.
Okay.
For the Clippers, I say go any position. Take anybody. They need help everywhere. I say take anybody. For the Lakers, I think you go for a point guard or you go for a small stretch forward because I feel like Lonzo Ball and or Brandon Ingram, Kyle Kuzma will be gone when they make a trade for Kawhi Leonard. So they'll bring in Kawhi Leonard and they'll be like, hey, we already got a point guard waiting. We already drafted a new one. Or we already drafted another forward to take the place of Kuzma or Ingram. So they can ship off some of the pieces they already have to get Kawhi Leonard.
Well, I don't think they're going to re-sign Julius Randle unless they don't get any big names.
No, he's not good enough to get that kind of money.
No, he's not. He's not a max player. Definitely not a max player.
But someone's going to give him money. I just hope it's not the Lakers. That'd be dumb.
That would be very dumb. I could see getting rid of shipping off Lonzo Ball because if you don't get LeBron James, you still have Isaiah Thomas. You can get him at a discount rate for a year. And you can draft a point guard that can come in and kind of get that thing rolling.
All right, we'll talk a lot more about the NBA draft in the coming weeks as we get through the playoffs and talk about the Lakers and the Clippers and what they might need. When we come back, though, we're going to get you all set for Rancho Cucamonga Quakes baseball. Mike Lindskog and the Quakes are back. It's going to be a big one at Lone Mart Field. We got all the details when we come back. It's the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM.
I played once upon a time at Centennial High School. I was actually on the first ever CIF championship team back in 2000, and then my senior year we won it again. I'd say that's my passion because I've done it. I know exactly where these athletes are at. I know what their mindset is right now. I know how hard it is to, number one, find a performance coach who can take you to the next level. What sets us apart has to be, how we work with our athletes and what we know. We can take an athlete and help them reach their athletic potential, help them, prevent injuries, help get them stronger. I know every single athlete who steps into this gym. I know exactly where they're at, and I'm going to progress them every week. If you're not getting results, then, really what's it about? We're going to deliver something that's measurable, in terms of speed, power, strength, agility.
Jeff, this is it. 2 minutes. Can you go 2 minutes?
Nope.
Welcome back to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. We're brought to you by Catalano Motors in Corona off of Temescal Canyon Road. Ask what that weekly special is and save yourself thousands of dollars. You can buy, trade, and finance at Catalano Motors in Corona off of Temescal Canyon Road. Well, Rancho Cucamonga's back at Lone Martin Field. You can listen to the game right here on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM, or you can head out there to the Cook. Get yourself a Cody Bellinger bobblehead tonight. First 1,500 fans.
Sounds good. I'm there.
Are you really done? Are you just cashing out right now?
I'm cashing out because I got my groove thing going on with this song.
Oh, it's over now. When you hear that song,
that means it's
time
over.
to wrap it up. Get the sponsors out the way. Let everyone know that the Dodgers were postponed tonight. The old double scoop tomorrow with the Nationals.
Hey, it was a great week, Pep.
It was a great week. UC Riverside Softball has just won the National Invitational Softball Tournament, the West Regional at least. Now they're going to go to the National Tournament. First ever postseason regional championship in Division I for UC Riverside.
And we learned that you cannot do a Chicago accent.
Chicago.
There it is, the worst ever.
Davis is from UK, but now he plays in Chicago.
Things we learned this week.
Hanging out with Kylie Fitz.
Oh, Kylie Fitz.
We love Chicago. Hey, when I was when I got my oil change, it spoiled. I was coming back towards the station, and I think it was on University, and I made a right, and I got on Chicago Avenue, and I came back and made a right at Iowa.
Did you do an Iowa accent, eh?
No.
Hey. Your Chicago accent is kind of either, I want to say it's when you Irish/Chicago.
It's really good. Any way you slice it, it's really good. Quakes baseball coming up in just about 50 minutes or so with Mike Lindskog. We'll see you Monday, 3 o'clock at your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM.